Hello, everybody, and welcome. Great to have you all in here.
Hello.
On this night tonight, guys. That is right, guys. You've seen the title. We are going to be doing the, I like to think the, I like the survival guide. I thought about changing the name, but I really do think it is a survival guide. I was thinking in my head about that when I was up a while ago. I think that's what it should stay as. So
I agree. And usually we talk about a little bit different sides of live streaming survival guide about mental wealth and well-being on and during the live streams as hosts and as guests. But today we're going to talk about technical parts as well. Do you know Hangouts are shutting down?
That's right, guys. And I'm going to warn you right now, there's probably going to be a bit of a rant and all this. So I'm giving you fair warning that you might, it's going to be a little of all. And, it is something to be covered. Live streams are the newest frontier on this whole platform. And there is a lot of muckiness that comes along with it. It's not just the technical side, but also the whole philosophy behind it, the etiquette onto it, so on and so forth. And the end of Hangouts, the rise of Zoom, Nero Trigger says. Yes, a couple other programs, but you're definitely right, that's for sure. Andrew, I love your answer. Thank you, Prev. I do appreciate it. I do want to thank, I don't know if he's in here yet, but Ralph's Trucking, guys. I seen raid from Ralph's Trucking. So first and foremost, if Ralph Trucking, if you are in here, my friend, say a big hi with lots of emojis so we can all see you, and make sure to check him out, guys. He is part of the Grow All Friday, and you definitely want to be connected with Ralph's Trucking. I am a past truck driver, so a little biased there, but that's okay. I love the guy, but you're going to love him too, whether you're a truck driver or not.
Oh, last week he was trucking without AC.
Yes, and I've been down that road, literally, no pun intended, and not very fun. Not very fun at all. That was actually a trip to Florida, my first trip. The air conditioning went in Jacksonville, and I had to take a load to Miami Port and sit there. So there was a fun time. Hence to say, one of my less fond memories of there. So if you do not have Ralph Trucking, guys, make sure to grab him up. If he's not in here, guys, can somebody just grab his link and post it a couple of times? Make sure everybody gets them.
And yes, little Llama Laura stopped using Hangouts ages ago because there was too much drama on it. Well, we'll talk about that too.
You brought up a very, very good point where I'm going to be going to. Oh my God, thank you, Pusa, for slowing the chat down. Now I can see here. We didn't do anything.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do. Mostly everybody has wrenches in here, and that's slow mode does not apply to blue wrenches. So instead, slide up your chat a bit till you see the arrow appear, and then you can feed it down at your own leisure. That's the best way to handle that one. And Blue Wrench is a philosophy here, guys, and we got 100 in the chat already, so let's hit the like button, tweet out, tell friends. If you're new here, of course, subscribe, guys. We are on our road to 9K. If you guys can get the word out to your friends, you guys know tons of people that we don't know, that would be an awesome help. King Wicked, how are you, my friend? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Dangerous Criminals, how are you? I'm going to give everybody a great big hello in just a second so I don't miss anybody. Cindy had an evil smile when speaking of drama, LOL. Haha, yes.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot to talk about today, so share it out. That's right. Click that like button, share it out, and subscribe if you're new. If you think you're already subscribed, make sure that you still are, and ring the bell so you know when we are on next, because summertime, we drop in at random times, often throughout the day as well. So please share it out, share it with your friends, with your viewers, especially for those that don't know what to do when Hangouts are going away, and of course for those that, just went a little bit into that drama course today. You love ranting. You love Andrew ranting.
I've got something that's really burning my ass. A couple of things, but I'm going to get into that in a few minutes.
Weeks, I think.
Yeah, and another one that just happened involving some channels that were mentioned in here. So guys, hit the like button, tweet out, tell friends, because I want to make sure the other ones are all listening as well.
I'm getting nervous.
No.
Guys, he never discusses with me what exactly he's going to be talking about.
If it was really, really bad, you guys know how I do it. I've only ever done a couple of those and the chat shut off. So we're not going to get to that point. But I do have something I want to get off of my chest here, and a couple of things to
Let's
be sure.
unburn your ass, Prev says. That's right. But before all that, we are going to do our usual housekeeping and all of that. So it's your time to go to the bathroom, get your drinks, all of that. Get set in with your favorite drink so you're ready for all the information and rants here. We're going to do our hashtag Blue Run Troop selfies if you post them up there. Hashtag Blue Run Troop. And of course, the routine roll call of all of you guys here in the chat, done by Andrew. Pronouncing your guys' names. That's all as well, just before we share all the information you need today.
One note, guys, to anybody who has not been modded, please, if you can just bear with us. I hope you hang in, you subscribe, check out so you get to see more of what we do and all that. We will get to you. Just have pain. We just got to check out your channel quickly. Of course, you know how it goes sometimes what we get. How it goes on here. We just got to double check that it is a proper channel. I'm sure you all are, but just bear with us. In the meantime, you count, you matter. It's great to have you in here. If anybody wants to do any mingling, by all means, be free to, just very, very respectfully. No sub for sub. No hint of it. Zero. Not the tiniest little whiff from across the room. Unmistakably no sub for sub, folks, of any shape or form. Check out other channels like my buddy here, BNO Outdoors, who is part of the girlfriend. Guys, if you don't know have BNO Outdoors, you got to check him out. We took over the torch last night with him to help channel Yeti Mountain Trading get to 1K. He did a fantastic job. This is my YouTube brother, I like to think of him as. So you'd say something like, BNO, just checked out your channel. Man, I love all the foraging videos. You are really awesome. Keep up the great work. I subscribed. That's all you got to do. An extra 30 seconds. Talk to people, folks. Talk to people. That's all that I ask from you. And numbers. Please, everybody's got goals. Everybody's excited that they hit 426 or 1141 or 3,212. Unless you're 20 or 25 away from the thousands, guys, just keep the numbers. If you are at that, I will definitely give you the speed pass. I'd love to celebrate with you, but guys, if we don't do that, it gets too crazy. I will talk about that after, why we've been doing that as well. So just hang in there, enjoy each other's company, and we're going to get to everything, guys, in just a couple of minutes. In the meantime, I'm about to say hi to all you guys, because I'm so honored to have each and every one of you here. All the stuff going on YouTube, all the stuff going on in real life, and you guys are choosing to spend some time here. It means the world to us. So thank you so much for being here, guys, and let's get a few more in. We got 117 in the chat and climbing, guys. Hit the like button, tweet it out, tell friends, guys. Anybody who's into live streaming, attends live streams, you don't want to miss tonight. Please feel free also to discuss in the chat, as long as it's respectful to each other, and that, by all means, whether you have a wrench or not, you do matter. Your opinion's important. So just keep my goal is a lot of numbers. Oh my God, the Huntsman! You changed your avatar. Took me a second to say that. Welcome to each and one of you guys.
Jayla Poo's Nation, hello, and Twin Peaks Coffee Time. I love that TV show. Yes. Ryan Adams, hello. How are you? And a soundtrack too. Madfish Diva, hello. Kind of How Adventures is here as well. Andrew is gonna be sharing your names out loud into the universe, and maybe it's for good luck. Who knows? And prepare yourselves. Andrew is gonna rant tonight. Previs saying that's right. Chef and more, hello, how are you doing? Charmaine, Dark Charlie here as well. Please share it out. Also, if you missed yesterday, we had our regular Tuesday Tech Talk where we asked and answered a lot of questions. We had some spillover for today as well at the end if we have some time. Lots of questions answered there as well, from all the simple ones to all the way to the more difficult ones where we needed your help as well, guys, because that's what it's all about, is for you to share your experience too. So if you missed that, check out. There's going to be a link in the chat, and of course it's featured on our homepage as well. And yesterday, Andrew, on his better side of the mood, went airplane spotting with our daughter. That's also featured from yesterday on our homepage.
All right, guys, that's right. Now it's time to say hello to you guys arena style, because you guys are... Oh my God, I got to do it though first. Hang on, guys. Farmall Fanatic is in here. There's my farming buddy, part of the Grow All Friday as well. And a great big boom to him, guys. He just landed in the house. How are you doing, my friend? Guys, you got to check him out. I grew up not on a farm, but in a rural area working on farms. And Farmall's channel makes me connected to what I grew up to. I absolutely love him, guys. How you doing, Farmall? Mr. Boom is in the house, folks, I repeat. Alrighty, guys, time to say hi to you all. Let's do this, guys. Let's see me screw up some names, but no, I do it out of love, and I'm glad to have you here. I want to say a great big hello to Yabs Glenn. We got Wandering Veteran. Walker Fam is here. Vince Land. Ulrich and Brenda Canada. We got Twin Peaks Coffee Time. We got Twosome Discoveries in the house. The Traveling Shintas. We have the Rising Hawk VA. We have the Loud House. We have the Huntsman. We have the Bearded Beer Man. The Artist Devil. That Crone's chick is here, folks, as well as Terra Firma. We got Tazzy Adventures. We got Tales of the Solstice. Susie X. We got Susie by the Sea. We got Sky Rays Eats. We have Silver Giveaways, folks. We have Shining Through NK. We got Shauna's Life XOXO. We got Sarah I'm starting already. Sarah the Pity Pop, excuse me, I always mess up your name. Sandy A is in the house. How you doing? We got Sandy D as well. We got Ryan Adams. We got Return of Cat's Eyes. We got Raven Wolf. We have Rav 8 Melody YT Gaming. Oh, I probably butchered it, but sorry. Great to have you in here. We have Ralph Morick in the house, folks, and we got Ralph Kitchen. We got Prev here, folks, and we got Premier Hell. We got Philip Cochran, my buddy from a long time ago when we just started the live streams. We got Only 21 Gamer DF. We got Nero Trigger, Nero the Heroes in the house, folks, and we got Nerdy Rodent. We got NASCAR Man 3345, and we got Mud Nuts Reviews. We got Miss Hopkins 73. We got Miss Florida Scratcher and Slots. We got more Eats, folks, and we have Minion Moto, and we have Maddox Games. We have Mad Fish Diva. We have Little Llama Laura. We have Kel Williamson. We got Katie Thrifty Halls. We got Just Pamela. And we got Paula from Just Living, and we got Joyce Stewart in here. We have Josh Backhouse. We have JJ All Day 84. We got Jules 777. We got JDS. We got JCT Outdoors. We got JCT in the house, folks, and we got Jayla Pooh's Nation. We have Jason Oak, Colorado. We have Itching to Scratch UK. Island Life Fishing's here, folks, as well as Inspiration Saveur Cuisinière. Oh, Inspiration Saveur Cuisinière. Bonjour, comment ça va, mon ami? We have Idiot of the Day. He's not an idiot. Very fantastic guy, just as a side note. We have Helen Casey's in the house. We got Happy Lux all the way from Luxembourg. Always great to see you. We got Going On Grumpy 2.0. We got Gladys Parker. We have Gemma Harvey. We got Forgotten Winter. Forever Freaky Funko is in here, folks, as well as Farmall, a.k.a. Mr. Boom. We have Fanny Mate. We have Eat with Lele Hearts. We have Drone Effects with Claude. We have Diana SFNG, folks, and we got Destination Chronicles. We got Dangerous Criminals. We got Crap My Dad Makes Me Watch. We got Clublian City CLTV. Oh, I'm so sorry, but it's great to have you. We have Chef and More. We have Charmaine Dark Charlie. We got Cassie So Sassy. And we got Canoe Hound Adventures. BWYA Adventures. We got BNO in the house, folks. And we got BJ the Crow. We got Ben on Adventures. We got Ben on Kate's Adventures. We have Arthur Alverdian, I hope I'm saying it right. Art Code Drone Solutions in here. Angelica's Journey, Amy Amore, Alex the Blue Man, Reviewer and Gamer, 3B Production Co., and Two Real Geeks. Great to have you all in here, guys. I know some names are missed in that list, so please say hi and highlight ours so we can give you a big hello.
Well, we have Inspired John here, and Jay.
With pants?
With pants, hopefully. Yesterday he lost his pants somewhere.
To support?
Yes.
Yeti Mountain Trading?
Yes. ATGH Travels, hello. They are done with live streams for a while. Oh, interesting. I like that. Interesting. That's a change as well. PJ and SG, hello. Forever Freaky Funko, how are you? Born Bros is here as well. Italian Eddie Rob, hello. Say hi in chat if we missed you. And Little Llama Laura, just wanted another hello. Little Llama Laura, hi.
Little Llama Laura.
Good to see you back. Crystals, Pets, and Plants, hello, how are you? Beyond Trees, good to see you. Just Juju is here. Jabs Glenn is here as well. Takumbala Tona TV, Madfish Diva, Rob from Brooklyn. Rob from Brooklyn, welcome here. And Jay, that Pooh Nation just jumps at me. I like the name. And of course, that grown stick, how are you, darling, today? Gemma Harvey, hello. Jamie, hello. Guys and girls and everybody else, don't forget about hashtag Blue Run Troop selfies as well on Twitter. I see a lot of you guys have been enthralled with that Facetune app of aging. Lots of that going on Twitter today.
Wow, I checked myself today. Not good, not good. TLT Coin Hunter, how are you? Great to see you. We got Burnwood Bushcraft is in the house. Lincoln Central Coins, how are you, my friend? Always awesome to see you. Guys, hit the like button, tweet out, tell friends. If you're new here, please subscribe. We'd love to get to know you more. And guys, tweeting it out, not just in our live stream, but any live stream you attend helps so much. It only takes 30 seconds. You guys have such a reach. It really does make a huge difference. Hooked, how are you? Much love to you. Little Llama Laura Sumter selfie. That is awesome. Can't wait to see it. There's so many challenges. I've been trying to see my webcam to set my live cam, and it always states my browser isn't set up for live stream. Cannot download a browser. That works either. Sorry, we'll have to get into that one just in a little bit. Sorry about that. That's a little more technical. I might have to ask you a little bit more about your situation. Rock and roll, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Heavenly Scratchers, how you are doing? Great to see you. We have Leanne's Life is in the house. Always great to see you. For warning, Andrew's today's selfie will shock you. But remember, I did it up on the Android app. That's what I thought. That's what I thought it was coming somewhere today. Terrell's Chapman Studios, how are you? Great to see you. Great to see all you guys. We're 130 and climbing, guys. Keep them going. Keep them coming in. It's great to have you all in here. Thank you so much for coming. Vidalis Play World, how are you? Great to see you.
ADJ Travel said that live streams virtually get no views and watch time. And we'll talk about that as well, about what is the difference between video and live stream and how to approach them differently, because they are two different animals, that's for sure.
That's right, guys. We're going to get into this pretty much right away. So we'll probably even do the selfies later on. I think it's better that way.
And Stack Game Store Group over here as well. Awesome. That is great. And Sue's ex is just listening to us.
Oh, it's awesome.
Hello to everybody. Hello to Yankee if he's watching. Hello to Mickey XO if you're watching as well. Hello to all of you guys that are just listening to us. Say hi if you can. If you can, that's okay as well.
Please let us know, guys, if anybody's got any updates from Mickey. Let us know, please. We'd love to find out as well.
She might get too used to being not on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Might be enjoying getting her life back.
Life gets more enjoyable.
That's something we are going to cover, guys. So I'm telling you, that is coming up.
Well,
no time like the present,
I guess.
Okay.
I'm still nervous here. I don't know.
Serenity's Puzzle, how are you? Great to see you. I just wanted to give time for everybody to get in, guys, and all that. Remember, guys, everybody's opinion matters. Whether you have the wrench here or not, that means nothing. But we'll get to you. It just means that it just takes us a little bit of time. So please feel free to discuss, talk, share, all that stuff. Just keep it respectful to everybody. Okay. Well, I guess the first topic tonight, I guess we can jump into the regular topic and then go into it, So first things first, guys. A lot of you already know what's happening, and we're still getting this question beyond belief. Is Hangouts dead? Is live streams dead on YouTube? It's unbelievable. You have no idea how many times in a day, forget even just on live streams through YouTube, through Twitter, through email, etc., etc., etc. We're getting that same question. Yes, Hangouts is on its way out. Yes, it is being replaced by the new app that you can find on your phone is going to be the standard. Yes, it is true that you will not be able to do panels onto it. That's going to be done. Do you have to find something if you want to continue with panels? Yes. Will you have to pay for it? Yes. Well, there's free versions of them, but depending how much you do panels, or if you're especially doing interviews and stuff like that, you really, really, really want to find something that you usually want to go with the paid version. I use Hangouts on every stream, but I stream through OBS. Exactly, but like you won't even be able to bring in guests that way anymore through the back door on that one. So, oh, I see what you mean. You're using your private Hangouts through it.
You're only going to be able using private Hangouts if you are part of a G Suite or a business edition of G Plus.
Yep.
So that affects you too.
Yep. Guys, the time has come to start digging into our wallets. And why, pray tell, is YouTube doing this? Why, pray tell? Well, YouTube has never given straight answers on any of this stuff right now. And it is not ruled out that it's not bringing something new in to replace it at some point. So please bear in mind, tonight you're going to hear a lot of speculation and opinion, and I will try to say that regularly through it. And anything you ever hear from, including us, anybody you hear on YouTube, go and triple, quadruple check it to make sure it is right before you announce it on your live stream and or put anything into practice. It is your duty on YouTube to make sure your channel is good when it's all said and done. And if you get strikes or something happens and you weren't expecting it, YouTube has a simple answer. It's the same as getting a speeding ticket when you say, I didn't know it was that speed limit here. What does the cop say to you? Well, you should have known. You should have found out. It's your responsibility to. And that's why we're talking about that tonight, guys. So right off the bat, the facts. Once again, Hangouts will be leaving. And the private one will only be available through G Suite. You will have to find a third-party program that you will pay for to be able to use, to be able to do panels on your live streams very, very soon. One option is Zoom. Zoom has a free version. You can only do it with more than one person. You can only do 40-minute meetings onto it. But that is an option. Zoom is quite good if you've been over to Canadian Drone Hub, who has an extremely, extremely slow connection, especially on these upload at 0.8, not even at 1. It really brought out a lot, took away a lot of the fuzziness, enhanced the look of his channel and all that. I think it's amazing. For a lot of people that never used OBS and have no need for OBS, I really recommend you looking at Zoom. If you've used something similar to OBS and that, and you want more functionality with it and that to create more of an OBS look, then StreamYard is another option. I have not worked with StreamYard. We've been using Zoom since last year for interviews, but we pipe it through OBS. But StreamYard does offer a lot of options. It is more expensive. For instance, there is a free version, but you're going to have the watermark. And also with the paid version is only up to 6 people, correct? For $20 a month US. Whereas Zoom, for $15, you can have up to 100. First of all, both prices bother me a lot. I think they're both way overpriced. Even since we've been paying for Zoom since last, September, I find it expensive. There should be a version that comes out to about $10. No, it comes out for me $15 American, so the exchange and the rounding out, they put it at 20 Canadian. I find it a bit lot for what you got to pay for when you're already paying for Adobe Suites and all these things, they add up. But nonetheless, that is happening. I can't see YouTube, who is so against sending people off the platform in any shape or form, allowing all this money to go to these programs. And I do believe at some point they are going to come out with something, and most likely it be a paid version. Now, this is my prediction, okay? No hints about it. There hasn't been anything written about it. I cannot see YouTube letting all that revenue slide into third parties' hands. That's not YouTube's practice the last couple of years. So I do think there will be something coming down the pipeline. Why are they not introducing it if they have it already at the beginning? A, they're probably behind the way they are integrating the beta into a full usable system and getting rid of the classic. That is coming, so make sure you're using your beta, by the way. Get familiar with it, because once the other one's gone, it's gone. But I believe YouTube is also doing something that it's learning how to do the last year, and it is starting to clean things up around here. And this is gonna maybe hurt some feelings. I've said it kind of in the past, but I'll say it blatantly. YouTube is getting fed up with what's going on here. And they're tired of ending up in every news article every 3 months about how advertisers are getting seen on some garbage and then going into another apocalypse over and over and over again. It took a long time for YouTube to start collecting revenue, and now that it's started, it's not ready, it's not willing to turn back. And I blame them squarely for it in the way that they laid out the 1K, 4K. It is probably my most hated thing at this point on YouTube, and it has been for a long time. This is nothing new that I'm saying. I despise the 1K, 4K thing. I hate the way it was implemented. I was way under that. We were at 42 subscribers when that came out. And let's face it, if they were looking back at it and they could change it today, I'm sure that number would have been much, much higher than what they originally set it at. I think it was cold feet, not wanting to cause complete pandemonium on YouTube, and tried to find some way to be catering to everybody to keep the peace and initiate something that would start to clean things up, and it did the exact opposite. And at the forefront was live streams. Why? Because live streams were the new frontier. They were very easy to do, thanks to Hangouts, extremely easy. Anybody could do it at any time. Now, I'm not saying that nobody deserves to have their voice heard before that starts. Just hear me out on why I'm saying this. It was too easy. And as we've all seen over time, if somebody doesn't have any skin in the game, it's very easy to just kind of go rampant with it because you have kind of nothing to lose. It's just a free-for-all, anything goes. There was no monitoring of it. And by doing what they did, most ran to it. And in the end, they created 10 times more problems than they were wanting that they had when they started the whole stupid thing. Now we can pretend that it didn't happen and pretend that everything is fine and this isn't true and all that. But let's call it for what it is. You see it as well as I do. Every time you're on here, you're connected by now to a lot of channels, and it is turned into total pandemonium. And honestly, it's just lowered the whole quality of what's going on in this platform. I truly, truly believe that. I've seen it turn from not just bad quality. I use the example all the time. Can't phone on, dog shitting in the yard, might as well have a great big flashing. I want watch time onto it, live streams, to petty arguments, to mudslinging, to hate. There's always going to be some rivalry between some video creators and stuff like that. That's always like that in creators. There's going to be something somewhere. But it was more contained. But then live streams got more and more predominant. And then this rush comes in with this 1K, 4K, and everybody's losing their minds. Because I don't know where this myth ever seemed to surface, that if you can get 1K, 4K, you're within spitting distance of becoming rich on this platform. That you're going to retire on this platform. You're going to have so fucking much money, you're not going to be able to see the light of day from it. And nothing could be further from the truth. And the quality just gets worse and worse and worse. There's no show format to it. It's just put on the camera. Here I am. Let's do this. Hey, what's up? Oh yeah. Sit there kind of semi-droll. And then you even get some nice patterns where you get 6 or 8 of them onto it. And 2 are over time. The other ones are kind of in the semi-comatose position for an hour and a half. And what is the point? If this was on CBS, NBC, any show, would you watch it? Would you? You know, would that keep your attention for an hour, 2 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours? Would it? I mean, call it for what it is. I mean, everybody, It's like the 1K, 4K took over the passion to actually make something that's sustainable, that's creative, that people will want to watch, whether there's money involved or not. You know, and YouTube has caught on to this. They're not stupid. This is just another attempt for YouTube is terrified that this is going to be the next big line of apocalypses coming. You know, I see them getting even harder on live streams. I don't think it's the end. I really don't. Somebody I seen on a stream the other night said this. I forget who, so don't quote me on this, but said about, you know, at some point they're going to probably start asking, like, you know, for some sort of verification to be on here. That you won't be able to just be on. You're going to have to sign up with a credit card or something like that, even if they don't take money, just so there's a bit of accountability into it. I mean, we see all the changes. I went on record at the beginning of 2019. Early on, somebody asked me what my opinions were, what's going to happen to YouTube. And my opinion is, by the end of 2019, YouTube is not going to look the same as it did coming into it. It's got to change. And that doesn't mean you have to like what everybody does. I'm fine with some people hating what we do, because we're not for everybody. I take great pleasure in some people hating us. That sounds bizarre. I don't, because it means I have a format. And no format can appeal to everybody. Name me one TV show that everybody in North America watches from 5 years old to 85 years old. Every man, woman, and child tunes into that religiously every week. None. It's not going to happen. You can't be all things to all people. And that's part of building a show. We have a demographic. I know where I fit in. I'm happy with where I fit in. If I came in here tomorrow and it's all 13 to 17-year-old gamers, I got a real problem on my hands, because I'm way off my demographic. Way off. That's trouble. The same as a TV show. What would happen? I'm trying to think. I don't watch TV much anymore because I'm always on this thing. I don't know. The Big Bang Theory, when it was on, just because it went off this year, that's why it popped in my head. What would happen if it was all like 75 to 95-year-olds were 90% of their demographic? There's something wrong. They're not reaching their target audience. But every show needs a format. And every live stream better start having one, guys, because the time is ticking away. It really is. If we don't pay attention to what YouTube is telling us subtly, get ready for when the hammer drops. Because they're giving us lots of warning signs that things better change on here, or we're going to end up in a real mess. And I, for one, I'm listening to them. I'm listening to them loud and clear. Because, Swendra, I'm not sure what it all means in the general conversation. Are you going to take off the air with the live issue? Our channel's going to be able to go live. Yeah, like I said at the beginning, they're going live for now, but I'm saying, like, there's a lot of changes coming. And you really better start getting a show together of some sort. Because I think the way to sum up YouTube's message in general, this is my reading into it, my opinion of it all, is they're tired of loose cannons. Look at now, you gotta have 1,000 subscribers just to be able to go live horribly. Why? Because people were using them with small accounts and going out and shooting down places and all that stuff. There's all kinds of reasons for what they're doing, but it doesn't stop there. There's a huge wide gray area. And if you fall into it, and if you get taken down for it, most likely YouTube's not going to help on that part, because they cannot make a simple black and white law in here with 2 billion channels. Yes, they're not all active, we know that, but multiple millions are. And how do you make one black and white for all those people that nobody can circumvent? It's impossible. So they need to let it be rounded out for that simple reason. Guys, I'm watching some channels, and I mean, it's terrifying to see what's happening. It really, really is. And it's time to get off the 1K, 4K mentality here and come together with something. If you're a channel that does, I don't know, gardening all week, and you do 5 videos a week of gardening, and 1 day a week for 2 hours, you go on, you talk to your audience, you know, and get to know them better. Even that, have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Somewhere to start. Write down 3 or 4 points that you want to cover into it. You know, there's got to be a point to everything. And they're going to start forcing harder rules on live streams. That's been coming for a long time. You can see the writing on the wall with the new rules that are coming in, the way they're sanctioning them and that. Guys, they just do not want to get it. It's a simple message. It's not. YouTube was a very cuddly, warm place back when. A kumbaya session. We're not making money, but that's okay. We're still, everybody's a creator and they still want that. But somebody has to pay for where all this stuff is stored. And there's only one group that can do that is advertisers. They have no other choice but to do what they're doing. There's no other one unless we want to start paying to be on here. That's another option. That might come out down the road. I'm strongly believing that's going to come at some point. I think there'll always be a place for free market on here, but I do believe there's going to be something coming. And eventually, maybe if they have enough trouble, they might start us that only people with a credit card can register, even if they don't pay anything, just to have some accountability to the videos they put up. I could see it. I could. And yes, there is other options. We all know there is, guys. Unfortunately, YouTube is the biggest platform. It has the biggest reach by far. There's other ones that I do see promise into. But I mean, like look at Twitch, Vessel when it was on, all those ones. They still haven't taken that big of a bite out of YouTube's platform, guys. This is the second world's largest search engine in the world after Google. And like tonight, I like the stuff. I get a message, and they wrote it in the chat, and I'm not picking on the person that wrote it. I know what's going on. I've gotten this from 5 people today. Different messages and that this person keeps writing in their videos I'll put it right on me. Maybe it's something in the chat. I don't know. I'll say it for me, not even example. I'll put it on me that I ban them or something like that, and they don't know why. Like that's the level of idiocy that's going on in YouTube in general right now, and that's part fed by all this. And you're saying, well, why would that be fed by the 1K, 4K? Because that's what's turning people into it. Like, I mean, I was banned and I don't feel it's right. Oh, I haven't gone to Pusa Studios About section where they have, I don't know, a Twitter or an email or anything like that. I'm better off yelling it in live streams that they banned me and I don't know why. Or leaving comments under videos that I don't know why. I mean, when somebody would do that, right away you know that I don't even remember why they were banned, but I know why they're banned just by that actions. That means they do dumb things like that. So, I mean, they pretty much answer their own question. But it's all this work I ban all the time. Thank you for the super chat, T-Croc. It is. I mean, I want to get I can't wait. I'm hoping we get to 10K soon. I have enough people banned that would easily take us over that. They're in the thousands. But I have no quorums because we have a show with a format and things don't work out right with that. Banning doesn't mean it's a bad thing they can't come in here. It gives them a chance to go and find other places where they'll be a lot more happier than suffering through my... I was even going to say it, Destinations Chronicle. You don't have nothing to apologize for. It's not you. It's not you, and you're not the first one. I've been getting that all day. That is not the first time even with that kind of stuff like that. So YouTube will sell pay to play it like upgrade your account and offer perks for doing so. How many platforms have gone that route of for revenue? Ad revenue is a bad business model. That's so right, The Huntsman. I agree. The Huntsman's a perfect example of all this. There's a channel really doing something fantastic, but now because of the new laws on anything to do with rifles and guns, etc., he had to demonetize his channel and make it easier because everything was being demonetized anyways. I mean, why can't he have a pay platform on that one where he could be able, and if there is any advertisers, say that was even mixed with it, he could have the right to pick advertisers that want to be part of that. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. I'm sure there's lots of advertisers that would like to be part of it. He's not like showing anything graphic, the type of stuff they want to keep off. But that's when you get to put more skin in the game, and then you get to be involved with stuff like that. And then they can take you more seriously on your cases and maybe prove your point, you know? So, this is the mess that we're dealing with, guys. But until it changes, I'm telling you, I'm not blowing smoke up. Yes, it is my speculation, but it's based on what I've been watching happening. It is changing. I get channels come up, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I can't, get me on the wheel, shout me out, do this, do that. I've seen some of them. For what? For what? it's obviously a 1K, 4K. The first thing written in the description is my PayPal link. It's just a cell phone, just basically saying I need more hours. What's going to change? How is that? Say you get to 1K. Say I do that, okay? I can pull some wand out of my ass, and now, poof, this channel's monetized. Great. Where does it go from here? What's the direction? Okay, you are monetized now. Now what? What have you been hiding up your sleeve that you couldn't use to get you there already? Where is it? Show me. What's going to take YouTube by storm right now? And what are you going to get? I don't know. I started doing the wheel too many. I started doing the wheel too many, asking for subs. Sorry, I don't quite understand decry. I apologize. Where did you get that wand? Yeah. Well, it is true. I mean, it is, guys. It doesn't mean you need to be murdered. We're not. We're learning as we go. We're making mistakes. We're laughing at ourselves constantly on here. I don't think anybody can laugh at themselves more than we do. But, I mean, just have some vision of what you're on here for. And I've seen channels start off with something and become something completely another to get to there. And then by the time they get there, they have no other choice but to keep doing there because the other part of what they started is dead. And that's what I think is really sad, because you came on with a voice, with a story to tell, and something that you're actually very well versed into. That's what YouTube is built on to, good information, and you already have the backing into it. I don't want to discourage, I'm trying to light a fire under some people's asses, guys, to bring your A game to the forefront. Don't, too many people asking me for shoutouts and subs, so if I do a shoutout, I use the wheel. Good idea. Oh, okay. Oh, you're using the wheel. Okay, I get you. Wow. Guys, I hope that this is a rant. It is. And usually sometimes, I mean, it's not bad because usually if it's about something in particular, I shut off the chat. But I'm just trying to get people to think, to start being creative, to start being original. Originality wins the day on here. It really does. And you got to be your own thing, your own person, and work on your own strengths and stuff like that. You know, you have a talent. There's something that brought you to this place in the first reason. You came to YouTube. I don't think it was the 1K, 4K because you didn't even know it existed. So something initially attracted you to start a channel on here. But whatever it is. And I love that when I looked at the chat. There's so many amazing things in here right now, guys. I'm looking at this list of channels. And so many have such an interesting story to bring. You'll hear me say that a lot when you guys come in. Isn't this amazing what a real snapshot of what YouTube looks like? Because you have something individual to bring to the table. And it doesn't mean you need to be a master of it. People can follow you. Oh, I just got into model trains last week. I want to chronicle as I go through this new part of my life. I started a channel. Follow me as I start with model trains from buying this first set to where I go maybe 10 years down the road. Who knows? That's interesting. That's content. That's good TV. It really is. It doesn't mean you need to come in knowing everything about model trains from A to Z. There is also channels that do that. And that's good too. It's that varying level. When you come in here and you're like, okay, I just got Adobe Premiere, now I have to learn how to use this damn thing. Well, you're going to find tutorials on things that are way above your head for people who's been doing it 3 to 5 years. That's okay, because there is people 3 to 5 years above that need those tutorials, but there's also people like you that need beginning ones, and there's ones out there for you too. You know, you got to keep going up and up and up and up. You know, work your way up to it. Find your niche, find where your voice fits in your niche, find what makes you stand out from your niche, and focus on that. Celebrate that. Be original. I'm watching one photocopying disaster after another on here, guys. And yes, I am human, and for it as well. And it does piss me off by times. It does. And a lot of other people get copied as well. Do what's original for you. I remember this one time a friend said to me, oh my God, Bon Jovi sucks. Everybody sounds like them. This was back when I was like in my teens playing guitar. And I'm like, really? No, Bon Jovi doesn't quite suck. The problem is the 4,000 other bands that came after them doing the same goddamn thing. Guess what? They're the ones that are bringing it down. So there is a lot to be said for individuality around here. Look at all the big channels. Can you copy and say they were all copiers and that? No. That's what made them big. They're doing something completely different, something completely off the wall, something that nobody else has ever seen. That's Juliet Miranda. There's an example right there, guys. Right there. How are you doing, Juliet? Great to see you. I was just going through some editing today and I seen some video we did with her. Funny you should drop in like that. There is an individual channel, guys. There's an individual voice. There's somebody who came on this platform and already knowing podcasts, but's working hard to find her voice. That's individuality. That's what YouTube is craving more and more of. People, genuine stories, whatever it is you do. Whether it is Juliet Miranda talking about her stories on the road or talking about bourbon, or you talking about driving a dump truck, or you talking about how you got into gardening all of a sudden, or you that just been going through a tough part of life and decided to start chronicling it to help other people. Whatever it is, be original with it. Stop taking live streams for granted, because if we don't stop taking them for granted, it's going to get a lot harder to do them on here. That you can see already happening. And Hangouts has been a big problem for a while. You know it as well as I do. It is the elephant in the room. Okay? And there's some that do it very well. Very well. I've seen some great panel discussions. But guys, whether you go on live by yourself or as a Hangout, we have to start treating them with the same responsibility, the same respect for them as doing a video. Because YouTube is going to crack down on stuff, guys, and I don't think you want to be caught in the crosshairs when it happens. And if we've been watching the pattern that's going on, that's where it seems like YouTube is setting its sights now to really clean up things on here. It has been a real problem for a real long time. The content has just kind of been off the wall. People can look at us and say we have bad content. They don't like my content. I'm fine with that. That's not for everybody. But they can't say we don't make a show out of it. We definitely do. There's a beginning, a middle, and end. There's a premise to it, consistent, and we've consistently tried to get better and better and better. I'm not perfect at it. Xenia's not perfect at it. Like I say, we laugh at ourselves all the time. But we try. And we really stick to some guidelines onto it. And you got to start setting guidelines, guys. Think of a purpose. Don't just turn anything. The 1K, 4K, guys, in my opinion, this is my opinion. I talked about this last night. I think that number is about to go up a lot higher. Now, this is complete asterisk, my opinion. But I do believe it's going to go a lot higher than what it is. And they're not going to do like they did the last time. They're going to make it quite hard to achieve, to be able to weed it out so they have less worry on what they're doing in advertising. And there's some really good channels going to get hit by that, and that's what sucks, and that's what happens. So it's not fair, and it's not right, and that's just the way YouTube does things, because they have no other choice. They don't know you, they don't know me, we're completely out of the mix. It's real, guys, because it is what it is. I mean, you can say I'm wrong, that's fine. You can point to me 8 months later and saying it didn't turn out quite as what you said it was. It mightn't. This is a lot of speculation. But tell me you can't look at some of the live streams going on and don't see YouTube at some point having an issue with them. And it's not just the channels we know. Guys, we're all like little clusters in a universe that don't even know the other ones exist. It is going on rampantly. And all this stuff has to be stored somewhere, once again, which means it costs money to go into server farms. Therefore, advertisers, until they change the platform's layout, is needed, and they have to keep advertisers happy. And live streams are the big wild card on here, guys. They really are. They really are. So I'm just saying, it's going to get picked on a lot more than the video stuff that they've been doing for years. They got a bit more of a control into it. And videos for the most part tend to follow a straight formula anyways from whatever channel's releasing them. They tend not to be so volatile. But I mean, you've seen a lot of live streams can turn into outright like hate streaks on other channels, bullying, the whole thing. I've seen more hate breed on live streams and panels than anything else. Very few videos have that kind of effect. It starts like that mob mentality, and the speaker starts to talk with somebody, and then two people in the crowd start cheering them on because they don't like them either, and by the time the end of it, they're one step away from sharpening pitchforks. You know? Do you think YouTube's going to sit idly by because they know where that's all going to blow up until something really bad happens on here, and the next thing you know, they're in the head of the New York Times again with GM or Pepsi in front of something like that. So they tried to stop the streams by doing the 1K thing. They tried to stop everything with the 1K thing, and it was never high enough. And that's including when I was in it. Like I said, I had 42 subscribers at the time, so it's not like we were past that and sitting here snubbing our nose at the whole thing. In hindsight, I'm sure if you asked more YouTube execs and got them alone, they would say that they would have made the numbers a lot higher and kept it. Because what it did was, it was just out of reach enough to make it fun, to make it tangible. And people started rushing towards it. And the drive got bigger and bigger and bigger. And then the dreams got bigger and bigger and bigger. And all of a sudden, these rumors started flying around that for some ungodly reason, they were going to be absolutely filthy rich come 1K, 4K, or just a spit away from it. You know, just almost, but not quite. And a lot now have hit the 1K, 4K in here, and I think can easily say that that is not the case in any shape or fashion. So I have a feeling if they could do it all over again, they would have put the numbers a lot higher. Me personally, I figured they would have went around 10K for subscribers. That's just my opinion, but I could be wrong. Now you see this is still going on. This is the frustrating part with all live streams. This is the part with it. Okay, I'm going to address this right now. If you have this problem, you haven't been made, maybe you should message us privately, would have been the thing, instead of putting it under everybody's, going and commenting on a bunch of people's videos to send them in. I mean, right there, that's a huge turnoff right there. I've had that done. No, I don't remember, but we could have discussed it, and I probably would have just taken it off and come back in and start. But I mean, you've been causing a lot of havoc about it, so it makes me think that something did happen for it to happen. That's what my opinion is, based on the actions been going on since today. I remember one channel, not one, God, I wish. Good few times I've had to ban a channel in here for doing something, and the same thing, all kinds of contact information on our about section, but they had no idea how to get in contact with us. None. Mind-boggling. Could not figure it out for the life of them. The only way they knew how to do it was go when I was on a panel on another live stream and show up. Oh, and not even ask me. Ask the host, whoever it was at the time, can you ask Pusa Studios why they banned me from their live stream? I never did anything wrong. Interesting. Interesting. So you couldn't find those other ways, but you could find a way to do it there. Interesting. Not trying to stir up a shit pot or anything. It's all to do with I just could not figure out for the life of me. It's like standing there with 3 doors and a key and not knowing which hole to put the key into.
Well, she says that she have tried for this is the first time I actually hear about it. But
we have all our Twitter. I can go back and scroll them through. I can take screenshots if you'd like to see them. We're not known for deleting them and anything. We've had people that's happened to before.
If we missed you, that happens too, but...
See, we've had that done too, and I don't know if this is the case, so I'm not going to even talk about that part right now because that might all come in together. So, I don't know. We don't usually delete Twitter messages. I mean, just ignore them if there were something that we don't want to, that's insulting or something. That's about the only thing I can think of, if they're DMs. I'm doing... I'm glad you guys are listening to this and giving me a chance to speak my mind on it. I really appreciate it. And I want to state, guys, once again, for the record, I'm not saying anybody shouldn't be on here and stuff like that. I'm just saying there is a real problem. And if people do not start paying attention to it, it's going to be there's a good chance that the rules are going to change and your channel is going to really take a bad beating from it. So my advice to you when it's all said and done is, if you do not have, if the live stream is on there, just to go and talk. If it's a hangout, you have a problem, because if it looks just like a private hangout that you're doing publicly, I just don't see the point to it. That's the thing. Maybe I'm missing it into it. You know, everything on here needs to have a reason. If you don't have a reason, and there's no point for people to turn into it, except just a kind of like a private hangout that's made public, where is it going? How can you keep that? Where is it going to grow to? What's your end plan? I mean, there's got to be something. When you start in here with videos, everybody has to have some sort of a beginning, a middle, and an end, because you can't make a 25-hour-long video. So you're already thinking towards those goals and what you want to do and what you want to accomplish, what you want to get better at, what you're hoping for the next one down the road. Don't let the 1K, 4K thing let you think for just a moment. Because if you're doing that, most likely your channel is changing without you maybe sometimes even realizing it, to cater to the 1K, 4K. And there is a problem with that. You might actually reach the 1K, 4K, but then what happens when it's there? Where does it go from there? I'm watching some channels really struggling with that right now. They're really struggling because they've lost their identity in the whole thing. And that's a bad place to be. You know, that's a really bad place to be, because sometimes you can't get your channel back, and the message that you start off with and that you wanted to really grow with on here and expand, and you thought, oh, well, I'll sideline it to do this, even like I say, sometimes subconsciously doing it. Well, the other one's done. You haven't done a video on that stuff for months. You haven't seen something. You try to do it again and almost nobody sees it. That's a bad place to be. You don't want that to happen to your channel. So be very mindful about how things work on here and how you recommend it, because you've put yourself into a whole different category then by doing that. Your original category has vanished. And bringing back a channel is 1,000 times harder than starting over a new channel. And there are people we've met and people we've known who've let a lot bigger numbers even than what we have, because we're just ahead of a pin on YouTube, go through that they just can't revive it. So I'm just trying to give you guys a bit of a warning on the whole thing. I would like to see you all get ahead with what your passions are that you came on here to do. But YouTube isn't fooling around, guys. They've taken enough punches to the chin. They don't want another one. And they're going to be they've been very reactive up to this point, but I find now they're starting to become very proactive. And I think it's going to be changing almost by the month that we're going to hear major announcements on stuff changing. Additions to guidelines, retractions of stuff. And I do think the Hangouts thing is part of it. To be honest, I really do. I think it is trying to sweep up some of a mess that they're to blame for. The way the 1K, 4K was launched was absolutely horrible. They said they were doing it to clean up. Really, if you go back and listen to the way it was announced and the way especially people took it and ran with it, especially a lot of the bigger YouTubers, it turned it in almost to like a new lottery. Get in on it. Holy God. Now you know what it's going to take, guys. No problem. It was almost like there was monetization was higher before and had been lowered the way the message was coming out. Sparked a fire in people. Haha. There's where I can make some extra coin. The old YouTube. The old YouTube. We're going to get on YouTube. We're going to be rich, folks. That's right. As a lot of us see now that are past that, it ain't that whatsoever. What happens if you don't upload for a month at a time? What's the 1K, 4K mean? 1K, 4K is the new requirements to be able to get monetized on YouTube. 1K, 4K, 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of watch time. But if you start a show and if you start your live streams and have a real purpose to it and all those things, guys, you can really, instead of worrying about that number, you can gain that number by still keeping your show and your channel's guides intact that you started with. Whatever it's about, you can do it. You really can. And you can live stream once a week, because everybody says, oh, well, I need for the watch hours and that. Yeah, it can help. But don't derive from what your topic's about. Do your live stream about what you do. And that enhances what your channel's about. And it grows more of a following of people that are interested into what you do. If you're, a mechanic, do a live stream once a week taking questions about it. Or do a panel with other other mechanics, stuff like that. That does amazing, great ways to bring in people. Just hit the 1.1 million in less than 2 years. Given this has become a master at editing a game. Good evening, my friend. Just hit 1.1 million in less than 2 years. Given he has become a master at editing his gaming video. Incredible, insane. Wow, recreate. Jeez. See the numbers? It's crazy. It's crazy, guys. There's a whole... View this. I mean, guys, I can go through here. There's tons of great channels in here, guys, doing great things. Great things. Don't get me wrong. So, I've just been seeing a lot of it, and I do sometimes. Xenia and I, we bring a channel up. I've never said it, but I mean, I know sometimes I just want to bang my head against the table. They come up for the wheel, I always say, and I know what's on it. Nothing has changed. Zero. I don't even know what to say the channel's about. It has, if it has something there, usually, like I say, there's like a PayPal link. That's the first thing up in the description. Not even the link in the link where it should be. Blurry ass, grainy. Not even trying to make an effort. Once again, that does not mean you have to be Steven Spielberg. But I mean, a little effort goes a long way. Just try to make something that people want to watch. Here is something that people struggle with a lot, guys. Look at what you do and ask yourself one very, very honest question. If I was the viewer, would I watch this? If I was the viewer stumbling upon this channel, would I be interested in it? You have to do that. It is so important. It is crucial. You have to be your hardest critic on what you do. I tell people all the time, go about to your... Here's a hint into what goes on in my head. You guys heard me say that a lot when I review channels, lots. That everybody should go back and look at their About section once a month. It's like an audit. Why? Because when you go look at your About section, it tells you one straight thing when you read it. You'll know what you created in the last month, and am I doing what that About section says I'm doing? Have I lost my path? Am I chasing other avenues that's taking me away from what I'm supposed to be doing on here? Or have I purposely changed and I want to go somewhere else and now it's time to update that so I can stick to that because that interests me more? It's all over like this, guys. Imagine if you had your favorite TV show and one week you go to watch it, it's a full-on drama. The next week you watch it, it's a humor. The next week you watch it, it's a news-based show. I mean, would you be able to emotionally connect with it? No. You don't know what's coming next. People fall in love with characters, guys. Why do the classic shows that you think of on TV that people loved? The characters. They're emotionally attached to the characters. Yes, I know the argument, the big networks control what we've seen at the time, that yes. But even with that, there was still lots of shows on at the same time. You chose to watch those shows for a reason. Because you like that person, you engage with that person. That person makes you feel, the viewer has to get something out of it. So really make sure you give the viewers something to take away from what you do, so they want to come back. That when they see another thumbnail yours come up, they're intrigued what might be around the corner. That's the point of it. I mean, people have looked at us. I mean, we've had people try to go against us. One crucial mistake they've always made is that people as well as us know that we're not for everybody. Big Rob, thank you so much, my friend. Do appreciate it. Much love to you. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. They learned one big lesson for time, guys. People aren't connected to the name Pusa Studios, but people that like us are connected to these two people right here, Andrew and Xenia. They are emotionally connected to us. We don't spill our guts. We can't give every little thing that goes on in our life to everybody, but we open ourselves up on here. I think we're as honest as we can represent ourselves. As people's met us, and they do see when they leave. Gil Skills, Cab 7 has met us in that. Jason, they've seen that we are who we are with the camera off and on. Thank you so much, Farmal. I do appreciate it, my friend.
Sticker super chat.
Yes, that's right. We finally got our stickers tonight. Farmal, thank you so very much. Let people connect with you. Use your personality. I've said that from the beginning, guys. The most original thing that you can bring to YouTube is you. Focus on you. Take your best qualities and work with them what suits you best on here. And if it's not live streaming, you can still grow in here. There's lots that don't do live streaming and go very far on YouTube. It is not the be all end all of it. You know, I think we're decent at it the way we do what we do on here. People seem to like, for the majority of people that follow us, like what we do. But it's not for everybody, and that's okay. I would love to do more vlogging, but I suck at it. I suck. Why would I do that? I suck at it. It's not for me. But you could be fantastic at it. A lot of you are. Dojo, thank you so very much. I do appreciate the super chat. It's guys, we got to start becoming more original again. We got to get off the bandwagon. We got to start taking our Farmal's a good example. Farmal does gigantic live streams every week. He's part of the Grow All Friday. He's the one who started the whole thing. But Farmal's not just known for that, because the rest of the stuff that he does is these farming videos, and they're phenomenal. And guess what? He won't take offense to this. He is not Steven Spielberg of the camera work. But people like Farmal. I like Farmal. Reminds me of the farmers that I knew growing up. He gives me that kind of sentimental feeling that I have of my childhood growing up on farms. I get that when I watch Farmal Fanatic. And there's lots of farming channels, but that's what Farmal brings to the table that stands out with me. I've known Farmal a long time before he even did the live stream. You know, that's the power of playing on what you do. And all of you do have that voice in you, and all of you guys are really good. We started our thing on here was doing cinematic videos with us not even in front of the camera. Just cinematics. That was really our strength in doing stuff. That's what we do best for that. I really do. Better than vlogging and all the other things. It's your voice. We stumbled into this, you know, and Joey Brooklyn, how are you? I'm sorry, guys. I know I haven't been saying hi to a lot. I appreciate you being in here and listening tonight. A lot of times it's heavy interaction. I didn't shut off the chat, but it's been bothering me, guys. And people got to realize that you better start preparing for what's coming on here. Because look at already how many times we've come on here and said there's been changes in YouTube, changes in YouTube, changes in YouTube. It doesn't sound like it's going to stop anytime soon. And if you put them all together, you're starting to see a bit of where this is all going is a big clampdown on what it wants. Let's say it for what it is. They want to get rid of the renegade feeling on here. They really do. And a lot of the renegade, unfortunately, I'd say probably 80% of it, in my opinion, that's just a number of mine, is coming from live streams. But they're fun on the other side. I want to embrace that fun of it. I think it's fun. I love it. It's uncharted waters. We're in a whole new realm. We're broadcasting worldwide. We have 130 people in here right now from all over the world, folks, chiming in. This is incredible. Really is. I love it. But we got to respect it, guys, because if we don't start respecting it, it's going to get pulled away from us. And they're just going to come up with enough guidelines and updates and stuff to get rid of it for us. So we better get with the program before it's too late. Really, I'm serious about that one, guys, because there's been a lot of changes came this 2019. I'm guessing here, but probably way more than YouTube has ever released in its history of it. And we're not even done, guys. We're only halfway through this year. And you know what YouTube wants to get rid of. They've made it blatantly clear what they want to do. YouTube is changing, but some just don't care, and they should care. Well, I mean, to each their own. I will never, to this day, I've never gone into anybody's live stream, oh, you should do this, you should do that. Why? Because it's none of my fucking business. That's up to them and YouTube. And even if they're within YouTube's guidelines, they could still be doing some real detrimental things to their channels. But it's none of my affairs. Who the hell am I to tell anybody to do that? Never. I won't do that. I won't go down that road. I just won't do it. You know? Thank you, Will. Just in time prepping. Another one using stickers. Thank you so very much. I do appreciate it. Very much fun on YouTube, and that's all that matters. Exactly. It is fun, but like I agree with you on that, because there's different trains of thought going on in here. And I'm always careful to address the fun side. Because you get the side that's all about they want to make quick money on here no matter what. And then there's the kinds that want to treat it all as a business. And then there's the kinds that say they just want to have fun here and nothing else. Well, it is a combination of all those things that really matter. And I believe in taking your channel very seriously, but having fun while you're doing it. And a great example I've always used is like model trains. You talk to a lot of model train guys, they almost get more fun of building the trucks, setting them up, learning all the techniques that go into doing it almost as much or if not more than seeing the train go through the truck, around the track. It's great to have fun, but enjoy the purpose of being on here. I understand analytics isn't for everybody, but there are a lot of fun. Xenia and I we've always kind of looked at it as cracking the code. And that's the fun part into it. But you can't obsess over it either. The same as you can't obsess over content and release something every 4 months and thinking that everything is a work of Picasso. There is a point where you got to draw them off. And that's even from somebody like Peter McKinnon, who really led the way into a new era of on here, saying, I had to realize at times you kind of just got to get something out there as well. But you also can't just dump things and say, there you go, give me money. It's a balance of everything. I don't know why, but that's another thing I think the 1K, 4K maybe even had a kind of an effect onto as well, is people losing focus that there is a balance on here. And I think that was a lot true in the beginning. Then money plays into it. Everybody says money. If you're in here solely just to get an income, you might want to think about where you are, because the chance of that happening is very rare that it's ever going to be able to be sustainable, especially to the point of huge, gigantic channels. But that said, it could bring in a little bit of extra, could become a decent sideline. But you've got to have great content backing it up. You can't be a channel just with a 1K, 4K mentality for the rest of your days on here. You notice that anytime now when a channel hits 1K, I don't say, oh my God, there, now you just need your 4,000 hours. I never say it, because I hate 1K, 4K for that reason. I despise it. Probably my biggest pet peeve on this whole bloody platform is the 1K, 4K. I congratulate people because they're going into a new level of 4 digits. I think it is an exciting time. And I always say right there, remember, this is not an ending, it's just a beginning. It will always just be a beginning. You can't sit on it forever, guys. There's no plateau in here. And don't you want to do it making something that you really like and having that grow and having that monetized? And not have the chase after the monetization to get there, realize it's not worth much, and then look at what you started your channel off and like, well, that's done now. Or worse, you do love what you do and you want to get back into it and you think you helped it, but instead now nobody wants to watch it. And you can't keep doing what you're doing because now the laws have changed in YouTube. Guys, no more numbers in August. There's a reason for that. How many channels did you guys see that were a knitting channel, a fishing channel, a traveling channel, a tap dancing channel, and then became sort of a PewDiePie T-Series channel for the time being? It's quick views. Everybody's doing it. This will help me get the 1K, 4K quick. Maybe. Most likely in that you brought in the worst kind of subscribers possible that will never look at you again. Now you've hit it, say it did get you through that. What's the value of your channel though? I mean, imagine an ice cream imagine a shoe store who's like, oh, it's hot. Hey, people like ice cream when it's hot. I got an idea. Let's sell ice cream. And you sell the hell out of ice cream, and all summer everybody's going. Fall comes, gets cold, nobody's buying ice cream anymore. Your shoe sales have dwindled to hell. Nobody thinks of going there to buy shoes. You have no more contact with your distributor. You forgot to order anything because it's been forever. Your channel's screwed. Same thing. Hey, you did well though with the ice cream, right? You made 25 cents off a cone when you could have made $15 off a pair of shoes. But yes, it maybe took a little bit longer. But at least that shoe store would be running properly and generating revenue year round. We all need to think of our channels as business, guys. You really do. And yes, I know some people are in it just for the passion, but if you want to go and have your channel grow, it still needs to be thought of as a business, guys. You need to have business thinking behind in here if you want your channel to have any chance of succeeding. And remember, that's any chances, guys. Nothing's guaranteed. You've seen it in real life. How many of you have walked down the street and seen a guy playing guitar better than anybody you've ever heard recorded on TV, on radio, in concert? Hey, he's a fantastic. Why is he not loaded and with record deals and all that stuff? Well, it's sad, but it's the truth, guys. Not everybody gets noticed, even when they put their best foot forward. There's no guarantees in that. You can only do the best you can, and I hope that's enough to get you there. But that said, I believe fully in your channel looking its best. I fully believe in having the best content you can get out within a timely fashion, so that if the chance ever comes through, you are ready for it. And you can run with it, and your channel doesn't die. Guys, you could get a huge channel to shout you out tomorrow, but if all you've been doing is just that crappy thing with the dog shitting in the background and all that stuff, even if the biggest channel shouts you out tomorrow, you'll get a bunch of subscribers. A lot of them follow them like sheep. Subscribe to that channel, I love it, they'll do it. Like that. And you'll get a ton of views on that first video because they'll go on to that right away. But then where does it go? The next one you get half of that, then maybe a quarter, and then you're back to where you were. Now you're worse though, 1,000 times worse, because now you have a huge amount of subscribers, no watch time. The algorithm looks at it and says, this channel's not even worth looking at. Done recommending it. Nobody wants to watch it. You just shot up like a cannon, and nobody stayed. There was nothing There was nothing to keep their interest. I'm not a big channel, but if I showed you tomorrow on the wheel, I can say, okay, guys, where they get to this number, great. I can usually get you there. I try my best. But are they going to stay? That ball's in your court. Once they're there, it's your job to keep them or lose them. And it comes down to having a great looking channel, well organized with great content that people want to see. And people have almost lost the value on what a good channel means, guys. Some people will say we suck. Hey, I'm fine with it. I don't give a shit what they think. I do believe in my product. I do feel comfortable. At this point right now, I feel comfortable that Xenia and I have worked hard over the last year to build up something that a majority of people who come to see should enjoy. And if they don't enjoy that night, there's things that we do through the week that they'll enjoy, the other one don't. Not everybody's going to like. Some are going to pass by and say, what two mental cases, I'm out of here. Some are going to pass and say, not for me, not my cup of tea. But I believe that we've worked hard enough to at least get that from it. That if the chance ever comes, hopefully enough people will enjoy what we do to keep coming back. But once again, there's no guarantees. And there's no guarantees that somebody will even do that for us. This could be where it ends. I don't know. I'm very happy and I'm proud that I would not want to see our channel down, but if it went down, I can say at least that our channel, we did our best we could do onto it. We really tried to put our best foot forward most nights. We tried to keep the quality as high as we possibly could with what we had to work with. And I'm not embarrassed of it. I don't need to hide a bunch of it. I can leave it up. My grandkids can see it down the road. And think that Grandma and Grandpa did all right with it. And I suggest if you haven't had that conversation with yourself, you should. I really do. This I consider my YouTube channel part of my legacy, and I hope you guys do as well. Because once anything's up today, guys, it's always going to be there in some shape or fashion. YouTube could be gone in a year, 10 years from now, but somewhere down the road, these things will come back. And I want it. That's my goal on here, is that my grandkids can look back and say, you know what? They did okay on this. This is pretty cool. Or even if they're younger and they're godly embarrassed to see us up there, they can get older and show it to their kids, my great-grandkids, and say, you know what? There's your grandma and grandpa. We don't have to sell our souls down the river, guys, to be on here, okay? And I know it feels like that sometimes. And I know there's a lot of pressure that's being hyped up. But guys, there's a lot more pressure coming from YouTube to clean things up, and you have to realize that. If there's any pressure that you're going to pay attention to what YouTube is trying to tell us all. Because it can really come to bite us in the ass down the road. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to be the world's greatest designer, the greatest cinematographer, the greatest vlogger, the greatest live streamer. But start trying to really make a show out of what you do in here. And when you probably say, what does he mean by a show? Just don't go on, just don't throw on the camera and just banter. Have a point to it. Have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Have a little bit of an idea what you want to do with it. Try to get better at presenting it. try to learn something new about it, whether I say OBS, but I mean whatever you use. YouTube is sending us strong hints, guys. You've seen what YouTube is like for money. Any super chats we got tonight, the people that were nice enough to do it for us lost 30% right off the bat because YouTube took it, which I find is a very high rate. Does that sound like the type of platform that's just going to sit by and watch companies like Zoom and StreamYard and them solely get all that money now that they've stopped Hangouts? It don't make sense. Not to me anyways. They're either going to introduce something new that they're going to charge for, or they find Hangouts too much. In general, they don't want panels anymore. Who knows? But I would start really cleaning it up before it gets to that point. I don't want to find out where they're going with all of it. And I believe Xenia and I spend a lot of time kind of a bit like a barometer watching to see where things go. No, I don't think live stream is dying. Release the lens. But it is going to just be cleaned up a lot. I do believe that. They want things to change on here before they've got to stick their finger. And I don't want them sticking their finger any further than they have to, so I'm hoping we'll all get the message and start dealing with these things and making it better before they decide to deal with it. You know, it's a lot better if we do it on our terms. I know it's been a bit over the place, guys, but there is a common theme to all this tonight, and I hope you're getting it. Just try to do the best job you can on to here. Watch for YouTube. Panels are a good way to get a bad live stream going. Yeah. Unfortunately, that is it. I do, and I've seen some. My opinion now. This is completely on me. I believe 4 on a panel is about as much as you can go where you can have a really, really good, productive conversation on a topic. That's my opinion. That's where you can have a subject and people can really keep on topic. I mean, you can change for a second, but there's something there, some meat to it, a real good discussion that can come out with knowledge. And we need that on here, guys. There needs to be some sort of a point to all of it. You know, even Seinfeld, the show about nothing, did have a point about it. If YouTube keeps changing things up, it won't be around that time. Yeah, exactly, Matthew. I mean, you know, the advertisers are keeping a hard line, guys, on what goes, oh my God, Lulu Love You's in the house. How are you? Great to see you. I didn't want this to be all negative, guys. That's why I didn't shut down the chat stuff. But I mean, there is a lot. And I mean, people, you've seen it yourselves, you know. You ever watch it and it goes on and it was like, well, what was the point? Why? I mean, it's Disney. It's always my pleasure. Man, he has gigantic live streams. Wow. They're huge. Disney IRL TV, great to see you. Great to see you. Good evening to you as well, Lulu. I hope you're doing. I'm still trying to catch a time so I can talk to you. Feels like forever. Not negative, but incredibly informative. Thank you. I'm glad you guys are seeing it that way. I didn't want to. There's no particular channel involved tonight into it. That's the only time I do that is that's when I'll shut down the chat. It's more a discussion to get thinking about where things are going on here. And what kind of experience do we want to not only partake in on YouTube, but what do we want to create? And do we want to have problems on here? I mean, the 1K, 4K, in my opinion, has caused more of the trouble on here than anything else. It's engulfed an idea of money that everybody just seems, not everybody, that's not fair. You know what I mean? A small majority, everybody in a small majority have just lost their minds over it. There is no limit to how far it can go. They're going to get rich. Like super chats are going to be rolling in them and stuff like that. And the advertising dollar is going to grow. Next thing you know, you're going to be doing a collab with one of the top 1%ers on here. For most of us, it's never going to happen. Knowledge is power, Pusa. Thank you, brother. I love that, Joey. It is. And then just trying to put like some seeds in our heads, guys, to think, even including myself. We ask ourselves all the time, where's our channel going? Did that live stream have enough of a point? Did things veer off? What can we change? What can we do? We really talk about it. So, I mean, we're practicing what we preach. I promise you that part you don't get to see, but we do. I think it's hugely important. And Xenia and I sometimes will say stuff we've noticed not only about each other but in the shows. And we'll not like all of it. And sometimes we'll leave angry, you know, and she don't know what you're talking. But we do most times. That's what we're there for. It's to keep our balance on this thing, you know. How do you feel about collabs? Good in the right context, they're good. They're good as long as they're planned out well and with somebody usually in a different category that can really help out. Yeah, you know. I'm going for dinner. See you in about an hour. Be well out, Galaxy. Have a great meal. Have you heard that creators are leaving YouTube and going to DLive for live? Yes, that's one of the ones that is starting to get noticed. And I mentioned a while ago about oh my God almighty, not Vessel, but Twitch. You know, there's lots of avenues. DLive is starting to pick up a bit of traction, you know. But wherever you go, guys, it's going to be those same problems. I mean, people are more demanding, in my opinion, for great content more than they've ever been. So either YouTube is telling us, you figure it out how to do it, or I'm going to help you figure it out. And when I do, it's going to be a lot harder to navigate through. And I would rather them not have to put any more rules down and all that stuff. But I do see them coming. And I don't think tonight what I said is going to change a whole pile. Maybe if it inspires one or two people to put a little bit more into what they do, that's fantastic. You know, we can do so many great things on here, and great things, guys, is what wins in viewers in the end. That's going to stay there. I could open it up. In the rush to get, for instance, even where we are now, back when we were, say like when we were rushing to 5K, I'll go back to that one. Okay, stop banning people. Just let them come in, let them cause havoc. Hey, my numbers are going up because they do subscribe. But is it doing my channel any good in the end? Is the people that really make my channel better going to stay around for it? Probably not. If I turn it into a T-Series PewDiePie thing, I'm going to get all kinds of new people. Okay, is that the kind of people that I want? Is it going to kill the credibility for the other stuff that I did? Am I going to be able to do the other stuff once that's done? Chances are no. There's so many things to weigh in here, guys. And once it's gone, for the most part on YouTube, it is gone, folks. I've watched channels. Xenia can attest to this, guys. Channels that have just sunk themselves and they can't come back. And they end up starting new channels because of it. Do you want to do that? Have you not seen the work that you've done to try and get this first one off the ground? Xenia and I have a new idea for something we're working on too. And we're right in the midst of that discussion. Do we start a new channel to do that part or not? It's terrifying, the idea of starting a new channel. Nobody wants to. It's a lot of work. It's a ton of work. Gail Skills in the house. How are you? Great to see you. Hope all is well. You know? Oh, congratulations, Lifetime Travel Mates. Well done. Guess what? We just got monetized. Woke up this morning. Email from YouTube this morning. Okay, guys, here's an example. I'm going to do a shameless plug right now from a channel we just met. A week ago? Week and a half, maybe? This channel wanders in here. I want more channels like this to wander into our live streams. If I can make a genie wish right now and rub a lantern, this one, folks. Lifetime Travel Mates. They came in, they were 30 away from 1K, okay? Let me light a cigarette. 30 from 1K. They didn't even ask for that. Just by luck, I went to check them out and seen there were 30. They just got in a live stream, didn't know how any of it was working. Guys, this channel should have 100,000 minimum. They've been on for a year, okay? If you do not have it, look at this. 2 hours and 13 minutes that were on, 73 views. Okay, you have their link, Xenia?
Yeah.
Put their link in here. Anybody who has not subscribed to Lifetime Travel Mates, please do so now. I'm talking about a channel, guys, right now that should be. Look at the work. Look at the fucking work into this. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This channel has been a year and just hit 1,000 subscribers. Does that make any sense to you? Look at the work. Look at the work that goes into this. I mean, this is what drives me nuts on this. I mean, look at the work. It's fantastic. Good quality, interesting, engaging. The color, green, this is what burns me when I see stuff like this. It's a lot of underrated YouTubers. You are right, Monique. You said it. It is. And then I get a channel like, oh my God, get me on the wheel, when they know they can't get them on a wheel unless it lands on them, because they got to get up there because they're something from their goal. And for what? When the first line into it is their PayPal link. That's what drives me crazy.
Writing 4 languages subtitles for every video. In 4 languages.
Yep. And this channel, after a year, wasn't at 1,000. This is what drives. This is it. This is the picture of it. If you do not have this channel, guys, subscribe to it. And why can I say that on this one? Because I know a lot of you that see it and go and look are going to love what you see there. It's not going to be for everybody. There's still going to have some people that say, I don't like their voice. I don't like their color grade. I'm not a travel type of person, but that's fine. That's an objective. The same as with us. The same with everybody has a right not to like everything. But at least there's a chance of finding something here to like. Look at this thing. I'm going to show you the intro again. Look at it. You don't have to thank me, Lifetime Travel Mates. You guys actually came in at the right time and proved something that I've been trying to say for an hour now. This is it. If you do not have this channel, subscribe to it, guys. Give them a chance. And if you don't like the friends, it's understandable. Nobody's holding a gun to your head. But you can't take it away from them. The effort, the work, the quality. And that's what gets me. And I get that, guys. A channel comes up for and I've even had to tell a couple of channels, fine, I'll get you a number because I don't do it for everybody. I'm fair. No problem. Let's set it to 30 or 40. You deserve that. But I know in my head they're not coming back. What is there to keep them? They haven't been bothered to even put a banner up on top of their channel. An avatar. How many times, Xenia, have we heard this one? This is one of my favorites. I'm going to come back. That's on the... They get up in the wheel and say, okay, don't look at my videos, but I got something really cool coming for 1,000, for 1K. Oh, really? And do you think anybody's going to care at that point? Do you think they're going to watch? They're gone. You haven't made anything in 4 months waiting for this grandiose 1K to come around. There's nobody there to watch it when you make it. It's gone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. It's not there. It's too late. The whole point is to make stuff so when people do, then you come in and we spin a wheel and they come up like them that night. When we brought them up, people look at them and like, wow, oh my God, what a nice channel. Look at the color grade. They're more likely to go and watch them because they got something there to watch. This bullshit about, network channels and that, there's a big difference between network and sub for sub. Light years apart. As soon as you go sub for sub, you're into currency. But also with network streams, I'm the first one to say, I cannot make people go watch. There's no USB key in their thumb that I can make sure they plug in and they go spend all the time in your channel. But if I showed out a channel that looks like this and show it out to people, more likely people are more interested. And they go to their home page and they see it done up well, they're more likely to go further. Does it guarantee that everybody's going to watch? No. Is there a chance that somebody is just in their sub for sub? Yes, the same as they might find them if they're doing any kind of other search. Nobody is ever going to be a full-on, balls-to-the-wall subscriber for life. But when you have a channel like these guys do, you've really upped the ante. A greater chance that somebody will stay. That somebody will watch, that somebody will be intrigued by what they do. It's a great channel. Is it perfect? No, none of us are. Nothing will ever be perfect. But it's a damn good attempt to have a good product that will entice people to watch. And in my opinion, they have a little bit of touching up to do on their channel and work. Keep making the content they're making. Keep submitting it to different blogs and Facebook groups. And one morning they're going to wake up and not just find like they did that were monetized this morning, but there's a big channel that's just shouted them out, or a big blog that's recommended them or done a piece about what their travels, and they're off to the races in a huge fashion. And I do believe it's going to happen. This channel stands a very good chance of it happening. And you don't need to be as good as they do. You don't need to be able to travel around the world as they do. You need to be the best you can be with the want to always be a bit better than last time, guys. Push yourself out of your comfort zone a bit. Never wave on your cores that brought you here, what you do, or how you handle yourself on here. It's very easy to give in to gold rush fever and make an ass of yourself and scare off any loss to your audience. If I can get that message across tonight, I'm happy. To anybody. If it's one person here tonight that walks away getting that, I'm the happiest person on YouTube. Because I've seen a lot of people really throw their whole credibility, everything they got down the toilet on this thing, and it's not worth it. It's not going to get you any further. I haven't seen one succeed from it yet, whether it was with us or with other people. It's not an endeavor worth pursuing. I'm a new channel working on everything. That banner thing is eluding me. That's okay though at Trace in Time. You admit that it's eluding you, you will find answers onto it. And we can talk about that more. Sorry, tonight is a bit off the rail. But we have Tech Talk Tuesday and all that. And you can ask other creators in here. And you can look up on YouTube. You can go back and look at our past Tech Talk Tuesday. There's all kinds of resources to help you get closer and closer to something like that. It's okay to have questions. It's okay not to know all of it. But you saying that at least shows, A, I don't know, and B, I would like to know more. And that's all it takes. It's got to start somewhere. It's the lack of acknowledgement of it that pisses me off. That's what's bothering me. If nobody can get that, that's what's driving me crazy, is the absolute of this, well, I'll build it and they will come. No, it don't work that way. It really doesn't work that way. Do you just put up a store in a goddamn mall and, oh, well, I open the sign. Where are they? Why are they not buying everything from me? It don't. It takes a lot of work. Opening the store was just the first of a long list of chores that come. Marketing it, promoting it, filling the stocking the stores well, good clientele coming in, good service from your customers, all that stuff. Nothing changes here on your channel. It takes work, guys. It really does. It is important. And instead of trying to bum rush the whole thing so you can get to 1K as fast as humanly possible and having nothing to offer, that's like the same as, I gotta get the doors open, I gotta start selling stuff, the doors fly open, I have nothing to sell. Oh my God, I forgot to order something to sell. Congratulations, the doors are opening, people are walking in saying there's nothing here and they're walking away. Why are they gonna come back? They already went in there, they already know there's nothing to buy. Seen it, done it, next. To the millions and millions and millions of channels that fall on the list. I do that all the time when I'm looking for stuff. None of us have a lot of time. We think, well, with ours, they're going to give me a little more of a chance, and they'll hang around and they'll wait. And they won't. They will not wait. We have such a short attention span today. It is minute, folks. Minute. You're burnt. You're done. You see that channel? No, I know there's nothing there. They don't want to come back and give you a second, third, fourth, fifth chance. They know it's done. Don't let them get to that point. Stop worrying about the 1K, 4K so much. Worry about your channel. Numbers are important. Don't let anybody tell you numbers are not important. They are important. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on this damn thing. Thank you, Sparky. I appreciate that, my friend. Sparky's a fantastic channel, guys. Been there with us through thick and thin since we met him in that. Thank you, buddy. And I hope you guys aren't taking what I'm saying tonight it's negative, but it's not negative saying that all is bad on here. I want you guys that are doing what I'm saying tonight to change. I do. You are fired up to, I am, guys, because it's driving me crazy, the stuff that's going on here. This is not our first rodeo. I've sat through here so many times and watched so much stupidity happen that I could puke from it. Like, I just had it. I watch these things. I watch people justify them all over the act. I've seen every justifiable. Oh, but you don't know my scenario, my this. The thing is, you're creating something for the worldwide viewing pleasure. They don't care. They don't care. They care about you and your life. They don't care about why you didn't do something right, because they won't be around to hear the explanation for it. Do you do that? Do you do that when you go watch people's channels? Do you sit around and, oh my God, this sucks, there's nothing on here. It's like a black screen for 10 seconds and a PayPal link. I know what I'll do. I'll bookmark this one out of the millions and millions of YouTube pages. I'm gonna tuck it right up here. There you go. There you go. Right there. And I'll come back every day. Every day. And I'll tell all my friends about it, and they'll say, well, there's nothing there. And I'll say, no. This person just wants to get to 1K, 4K, but when they do, something really special is coming. So keep it there. Don't move a muscle. Don't. It's coming. It's coming. I can feel it. I think this is the week. Hey, Bob, check out this channel. Dave, Sally, guess what? This channel's got nothing onto it, but something really big is coming when they hit 4K. I can feel it in my bones. I could be watching millions of other videos all over the place in here, but no. This is the baby. This is where things are going to, there's magic about to happen. Does it sound right? Does it sound plausible? That's what you're asking. That's what you say to us when you come in and when you land on a wheel. And we do get you some new numbers. And you wonder why you get nothing except for when you jump from network stream to network stream and maybe even do sub for sub ones as well. Well, there's nothing there to grab onto. They'll subscribe, some of them. Definitely. They won't be coming back. And they won't be following you. And YouTube won't be notifying them when you do decide to change it. Effectively, your channel's pretty much hit rock bottom. And it becomes a form of blacklisted in YouTube where they just don't send you a notice. They don't let you know. Just don't watch anymore. It's done. You know, I start my live streams and don't look at the chat for a bit. Trying to set me up from the laptop so I can read. Yeah, because you have a very engaging crowd and a very dedicated following. But that's good too. You can always make things better and better by doing it as well. You know, one thing Xenia and I do not do is take it for granted, guys, because we know this cartwheel can end at any minute. But we certainly don't always bring our A game either. There's lots of times we have a real life. We don't do this full time. Things happen, and we kind of come out and we've ended a show and go, oh, that was bad. Or God, I can't believe we went too long on this, or I can't believe we did that. Lots of times. Many times it happens. But we're trying to be honest with you when we're having a bad night. We try to make up for it by laughing at each other. We try to make light of it and still give you guys some sort of entertainment out of it that you deserve. Because I'm always saying to you guys, I thank you so much for being here. Out of all the channels that are on YouTube and all the things that go on in real life, it's the truth. I say it a lot. Nobody can argue it as being wrong. It is. You guys have thousands, millions of options you could click onto right now. I mean, do you realize how honored we are that we have you guys come in and watch what we do? I mean, it's amazing. You guys right now have millions and millions of channels to pick from. You guys have all kinds of things going on in your life. There's people in here who are very, very sick or have sick family members or work 14 hours a day just to get by, or kids that need a ton of extra help, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. So for you guys to spend some time in here, I mean, it's the most humbling thing. I don't take it for granted. I know Xenia doesn't either. I'm honored. I notice that when I talk to my parents when we go home on vacation and stuff. You know, I'll say to them, like, when I explain to them, like, they're blown away. They don't quite get the concept of this whole thing yet. I know they don't. My mother always watches every night for a little bit and stuff like that. But I tell them about super chats and all these things that happen on here. They're kind of bewildered at how this whole thing takes place. And she's not the only one. I still am too by times. I get moments where I can't believe what's happening. That we're almost starting to get to the point where this maybe in the future will become a bit of a subsidy in our income between photography and all that stuff. That'd be awesome. We live in a very cold climate. And if that can save us from doing some of the crappier jobs when it's -30, I would love that for me and my wife. But will it happen? I don't know. We're looking at the future, but I mean, we're not banking on this. And I've heard people tell me that they're banking on their super chats as part of their income to pay bills or whatever. And that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. If you went to a financial advisor and told them that, you would have a cardiac arrest right before your very eyes. Don't ever bet on this stuff, guys. And the same with AdSense and all those things. It takes time to build things. There's nothing rushed on here. And YouTube will decide when you're ready for it, because that's when you'll be at that point where you have to make the decisions. You know? You guys got a lot of talent in here. Don't forget what you started from. Don't give it up trying to be something else on here temporarily to get you to a point that once you're at that point, you have nothing left to build onto and just kind of fade away. It's not worth it. Ron Boots Farm, thank you. I do appreciate it, and I'm glad you guys are appreciating it. It's something I've been wanting to get off my chest for a long time, guys. I mean, that's nothing I haven't said partially before. Every now and then it kind of got to come up, so. I do care about you guys. The ones out here really working your asses off, I do care about you. And I mean, without you guys, we wouldn't have any show. And yes, I get some channels that fool around in here and stuff, but I think out of the majority of channels that do a lot of what we do, we're very lucky having a lot of focus channels in here, and I'm very, very proud of that. And that means I'm very proud of you guys. There's a lot of talent in here, and we've seen channels that are flying by us already that start on here, and couldn't be prouder for them. I mean, hey, you see that when you guys get a number that channel deserves, you know, and thank you. And I always say it's you guys' victory, not mine. It was just a small commercial. You guys earned it. And if it's a good channel, they're going to stay around and keep watching us. And that's all on you because you gave them something to watch. There you go, Sparky. There's your kiss. Happy to be part of it. I like that comes check. Guys, you got to keep believing in yourselves. It's very easy to be redirected on here. It's very easy to be lost in your path. That's why I know it sounds stupid, but guys, do me one favor. Once a month, read your about section and make sure you're still going where you are supposed to be going. That will keep you in line more than anything. I really mean that. Thank you so much, Eileen. You are so kind to us all the time. I can't thank you enough. Thank you so very much. Because the about section will tell you guys, if your about section says you do A, B, and C, and you look at your channel and you realize, wow, I've been doing D, E, F for the longest time now, then you know there's a problem. Either A, it's time to get back to A, B, C, or my channel has really changed and I want to keep it this way and not go back to the way it was before, and now it's officially time to recognize that. And then once you do your about section to match, now it's time to change your banner, your avatar, your thumbnails, your marketing, so they all work towards that. That's why it's so important. I really mean that. It keeps you in line. And we've had to do it many times, and we continue to do it. That Crohn's Chick, always such a pleasure. Another channel, guys, who's really doing amazing things on here. Much, much love to you. Thank you so much for being here and all your great input. It's important, guys. I don't have a path. It's more like a big field of show crops. And I run around randomly trying to step in one. Try to find one. Guys, if you watch even some of the big gurus now and stuff like that, they're preaching about niches right now, guys. Niches are really the big trend to grow your channel. You gotta be specific. You gotta focus on something on here, and that will help you with your tags and getting everything in a line. You need to have a direct message for why you're on here if you want to have a chance of getting ahead at this point. It really is important. See where your channel wants to go. If you're a farming channel that does gaming once a week, fine. It's not going to worry you because your about section will be directly about your farming. Maybe a small mention with the gaming way down below. And you'll do it once a week and it's not going to hurt you. But if you're gaming 4 times a week and farming 4 times a week, videos on here, then it's time to start looking at another channel because you're hurting yourself. You really are. I don't really know what else to say about it, guys. Does anybody have any questions about it? I mean, I've been reading, lightly with you guys. I know Xenia's been interacting more with you guys because it's hard to talk like that and read too much in the chat. So I hope you don't take offense to it. But if there's any questions or anything like that, the floor is you guys'.
There were a lot of questions at the beginning, but I think at this point people are just listening to your point of view. Lots of good reviews on what you're saying, but I think most of all people are agreeing to what you're saying, or at least the ones that are not saying anything.
And it's okay, guys. You can have if you don't agree with me, that's fine. I mean, as long as everything's respectable, please. You have an opinion and it matters. I'd love to hear it. How many times have you been thought about giving the? How many times have you been about giving up this whole thing? Oh, it's happened lots. Last fall and stuff like that for a while after Christmas. I mean, it happens. It is a lot of dedication into it, and it does take its toll on you.
Do you have a recommendation on honing the creative process? It's not something I struggle with. If others might.
Sorry?
The question from Crap My Dad Makes Me Watch. Do you have a recommendation on honing the creative process?
Sorry, guys. It's not something I struggle with. It's if others might. Sometimes throwing a little caution to the wind really goes a long way. Sometimes I feel like when we get down and bogged out, we're putting too much of a thought into it, and sometimes letting yourself go. You might not use what it is in the end, but kind of really just letting it see where it goes for a little minute, and like taking off the restraints a bit, the mental restraints, and just try something new that's kind of out of your comfort zone a little bit, but still always holding on course of what your channel's about, what you're about, and that. But different avenues, sometimes a different way of saying it. Even if you don't hold it at the end, at least it kind of gets those creative juices flowing more. Anything you want to add on?
No, I think it's up there. I think I want to chat about the giving up part. I think we all go through that every so often, and I hear a lot of people doing that as well every so often. There are probably every week, there are at least a couple of live streams I see in our subscriptions that says, I quit YouTube. Or along those lines. Yeah. And especially for me, for example, it was a struggle last year at the end of the year, and I think at the beginning of this too. I was talking about that to you guys, that I was literally feeling like I'm burning out completely, like I was just at the end of it, And why? Because a lot of times it is the scheduling between the parenthood, kids and the channel, and the things that you want to do with your work, and things that you miss out on because what kind of effort you have to put in your channel. So a lot of that was burning my mentality or my mental state, so to say. So at those points, it does. It's like, is it worth it? Is it worth it? All of the emotional, nervous breakdowns, so to say, and time not spent with kids, or maybe in the long term it is. Lots of that juggles in my head sometimes. I don't know if we have actually thought of quitting per se, but thoughts of, is it worth it? Yeah. Definitely.
More times than we care to admit sometimes.
Yeah.
30 and hating it. How about being dog-ass tired of the editing process? How do you push through that? That is... go ahead. You want to answer? Go ahead.
I just want to say it's the same as how do you go live? 6 or 7 times a day. I mean, sometimes that's the last thing you want to think about.
Yes.
I think it applies the same way. Sometimes you're going to see it as work. That's at least what I would suggest.
For myself, as letting go, I hold on to projects way too long, and kind of Xenia too. And sometimes we've been each other's support and telling them, okay, this is enough. Like, come on, you got to get it out. You're beating it to death. I've seen myself re-edit back on my old machine where it took forever. And I say, like, but you see there, like, now at the wedding, you know, and she's like, no, I don't. Like, I just, it's you. You're looking too deep into it and just getting out of it and accepting it and moving. There's only so much you can put into something. And sometimes if you're in the midst of it, just get up and get away from it. Sometimes 15 minutes can make a world of good. Do something that is creative that takes your mind completely off of it. A game on your phone, or I don't know, talk with family and stuff. Like anything just to get away from it for a little bit and come back and help.
And that applies to YouTube too.
Yes.
If you are thinking of quitting, take time off. It's not as bad as it sounds. It's not going to ruin your channel.
No.
Take a week off. Don't do anything, or just step away and do less. And that might help too.
I watched the numbers very closely, and of course, when we took time off last summer, we had to, see the numbers going down more than that. But you know what? When we came back, we actually got a surge.
Yep.
We really did. And we were rested mentally, and we gave better shows and stuff like that. I could feel it in us. Sometimes a break can do good. I mean, yes, if you're away for months, it gets hard. It gets really hard. You don't want to let your channel die, but breaks in between can really do a lot of good. How does it hurt? I primarily do as seen on TV reviews, but throw in DIY from time to time. Does that throw off the algorithm? If you're doing it from time to time, I don't think it's going to make a big difference into it. The main thing is your channel, your about section, all focused towards a niche, and you stay in that pretty much for the most part. You should be good. Anything? What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. There's a question from Lulu about how not to get people butthurt on YouTube.
Oh my God, that's a live stream in itself. Wow. That is a good one, because that is something that goes day in and day out on here. And I do see it, guys, constantly. I mean, we have look at it, we have some rules for being in here, and I mean, I've had my rules ridiculed and stuff like that. I could give two shits. I believe in keeping the majority happening, and for us, for our channel, the way we do things, our rules seem to be the right amount of rule that keep the majority of people that come in here enjoying themselves. And there is sometimes people that's been in for a while, and they'll do it even though they've heard me say it a couple times. And I do have to say, come on, guys, you're not supposed to say your numbers. You just heard me saying that. I got to keep it fair for everybody. Most get it. Just once in a while, some do it by mistake, but some do it kind of testing it a bit. Well, I've been in for a while. Maybe you won't say anything. But sometimes there's people that get really butthurt over it. And I'm willing to cut at a point where they start trying to drag me through. I'll just cut it off at the knees. I'm just like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not chasing this. I'm not going after you. I'm not going on panels to talk about it. I'm not going to have debates over it and why you think it shouldn't be that way. I have to do what I have to do. I have to be able to look myself in the mirror and stuff like that. I believe whatever is going to happen on here, there's always going to be people butt hurt. But it's how far you let them get into it. Now, some of them can get quite nasty, and that happens a lot more. Yes, let's call it for what it is. Live streams are a great breeding place for that. That is, and I've seen it a lot more in Hangouts, because it starts with a group mentality, guys. It is. It works on the same thing when people are in here. They start getting angry. And I'm so pissed off, and this guy was, and this, and then somebody from the child says, I know I can't stand them either. And there it goes, and there it starts to ball, and ball, and ball, and ball. And by the end, they have their pitchforks in hand, ready to deal with it. I just wash my hands of it. You know what? You want to fight about me? You'll have to fight amongst yourselves about it, because I'm just not interested. I really not. If there's a genuine misunderstanding or something like that, I'll do it. But I mean, if somebody comes in here and says, I hate you and blah, 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 something really nasty, like, and we throw them out. And then they start sending like messages trying to justify why it's okay to say why they did it. Not interested. But if we accidentally, there was a bit of a miscommunication somehow, we've done it before, and I didn't understand that way. Please know from now this is how we do things, and if that's okay with you, you're welcome to come in. And if you don't come. You get what I'm saying? Like, the worst thing is to feed into it too much and let it go. I never found the hate groups get too far by doing it. They usually die pretty much in their tracks by doing it. I don't want to add oxygen to it. I don't want to become part of the problem, and it's already hard enough to find time to be on here and be productive. I don't want to give them any of the ammunition as well. So maybe it's the wrong way to handle it, but that's just my advice onto it. I mean, I will stand up for myself if need be, and I've done it before, but it's not my first line of defense onto it or anything like that. That is something for another day. You know, life's too short, guys. It's just YouTube. That's another thing about the 1K, 4K. It turned people into almost like they're fighting over fortunes in here. My God. Like for us, we have 8,500. I'm very proud of that, meaning we built something like that with all you guys and the accomplishments into it. But then when it comes to thinking I've got some sort of great, that we're taking YouTube by storm, we got 8,500. There's channels that gain more in half a day, a quarter of a day, etc., than I have total. I'm not disillusioned by what we have. I'm very proud of what we have, but I also hold no disillusions about where it puts us in the middle of the YouTube sphere. We all got to keep our head on our shoulders, guys. Gana, much love to you. Thank you so much for coming. And Philip Cockram as well. 2 fantastic channels saying goodbye at the same time. Love yous both. Fantastic people, guys. Thank you for. I'm proud that we have channels like them in here as well, as a side note. Them 2 fantastic channels that really have something very productive to bring to YouTube. I'm honored that with what they have, that they choose to spend some time with us. They're great examples of that. Welcome, Alex. How are you? Susie by the Sea. Like I said, guys, I hope it didn't come off too negative tonight. Just really, but the channels that gain that much in one day, do you really think they're doing things? Some are. I mean, that's kind of a big thing now, and you didn't do that, but I'm going to address it because there is a big trend over the winter that was driving me crazy, was the hate on big channels. There's a lot of great channels doing a lot of great things. I was the same in music. Canada drives me crazy for this. We're notorious for turning against our artists once they get big. Because they go to the States. Well, of course they do. It's the biggest market in the world. Where else are they going to go? It makes sense. Bryan Adams. Oh, I love cheering for him. Oh my God, he was so amazing. Till he went and did his first on the stage. Oh, what a sellout. Nickelback when they got big. What a sellout. Same thing over and over. Alanis Morissette, etc., etc., etc. But I mean, there is a lot of good ones that get big, and they deserve it, guys. They got really great content. It's true. We're notorious for it, and it drives me crazy. It's like the in thing to hate on them for it. I mean, I've never seen something so ridiculous amount. But yes, there's some big channels in here. I call them like the Jake Pauls and all that. Let's call them for what they are. They're like the boy bands of YouTube. They kind of got roasted right in here. Will Smith got a big channel. Well, of course he does. I mean, the Tonight Show. Yes, of course those channels are all going to have big viewing. That stuff gets on, but they still have a place to be here. YouTube allows them. There's nothing I can do about it, so I won't sweat it. But there is some great channels. My new big one I'm into is called. I want to show you. You guys want a really good channel? It's growing. And PewDiePie the other day just said it's his favorite channel to watch. Did you know that, Xenia?
No.
A lot are announcing now that they came from PewDiePie.
Talk to you, Drew.
Hey,
hello.
How are you? Great to see you. Great to see you. Here's a fantastic channel, guys. If you've not checked him out yet, he's called Bald and Bankrupt. His channel's exploded. We've been watching him for a month and a half, and he's jumped over 400,000. Over 400,000. And he's only been on for a year. And he is bald, as he states, and he is bankrupt, as he states. And decided to throw caution in the wind. His wife that left him was from Belarus, and now he started traveling all through the post ex-Soviet countries, and it's fantastic. And he's got great content. And he's not the fantastic editor of the century. This guy is phenomenal. This is a travel channel, the likes I've never seen. You guys want to see him get drunk with the ghouls and stuff like that? It's fantastic. He goes, there's nothing on the beaten path on this channel. So there is big channels doing it right, guys. And that's why I want to stress that. This is one of many examples of fantastic channels that are out there. One of my notorious, this is one of my big inspirations, guys, if there was on YouTube, is Linus Tech Tips. He is a Canadian channel. Guys, he started off with a computer store that did videos here in Canada. After 3 videos, they said it cost too much to make these videos. So they said, can we put it under your name? You like to talk lots. He was an employee there, and we'll call it Linus Tech Tips. He bought his name rights to it in 2013, worked out of his in-laws' basement doing tech reviews and live streams. Now he employs about 30 people full-time. He has a gigantic channel, guys. He's getting close to 9 million subscribers. He is the king. This stuff to me is inspiring. These guys aren't like all hand at everything. And that's what I was hearing a lot. Let's just shit on all the big YouTubers. And Two Real Geeks did not say that when they said that, by the way. I want to stress that. They did not say that. I'm jumping onto a side note that came from that I've always wanted to address. I mean, this is fantastic, guys. These are people that did it themselves. They are pioneers in the YouTube business. How amazing is it now to employ almost like 30 people? They've even created their own platform called Floatplane that they're doing now. They have this channel. They have Tech Quickie, that's about what, must be 3.5 million now as well. 3 million, excuse me. They have Tech Link that's getting close to a million. They just bought the rights to that. That was a channel from another Canadian computer company that defunct that he used to work for. They bought that. I mean, what a legacy. We should be inspired by these guys. We should be taking notes from these guys. Not trying to be them, though. Remember how original these guys. How much more original can you be than to have a channel and your name is Linus? I mean, that's original right off the get-go. It's good to be original. Nobody wants to see what they've done again. They've done that. They do it better than anybody else, and anybody who even tries to do what they do will always be compared to them. That, to me, is channel suicide. Be yourself. Be original. Find what... Do you think we just do what we do overnight and we're ahead of the pin on YouTube? We've been watching and looking for where we can fit into this. What originality can we bring to the table that other channels aren't doing? That's the point, guys. It doesn't happen automatically. Watch what you're doing. Look, Ralph's Trucking is in the house. We got a raid from Ralph's Trucking tonight, guys. Ralph Trucking is in the house. He is part of the Grow All Friday lineup, guys. If you do not have Ralph's Trucking, make sure to grab him up now. Honk, honk to Ralph, our resident truck driver. Guys, grab him up. Ralph is absolutely fantastic. Make sure to grab up Ralph's Trucking. He is phenomenal. Part of the Grow Friday group, guys. Honk, honk. There you see him, guys. Grab those honks. Thank you all for another fantastic evening. Chef and more, thank you so much for being here. I hope that that's all I've ever wanted to do, guys, was inspire people. It helps to have a hot wife. There you go. There you go from Nacho. Nacho rolling, guys. You know, be original. Find your own voice. Don't let people bring you down, because I guarantee you, as soon as you start making any headway, there will be somebody bring you down. They'll try to bring you down. Pardon me. Pardon me all on that one. Don't let them. Continue to be yourself.
Should I stop doing what I do or focus on a single niche, in your opinion? Because I feel I'm just all over the place. Well, I actually just had this sentence conversation with the creator Spotlight about Viva Frey, who have been blowing up like crazy. He's over 100K. When we interviewed him, he was at 20-something, I think. Mm-hmm. And why he blew up? Because he finally niched down to law. He is a lawyer, by profession, but he was doing daily vlogs, he was doing entertainment, he was doing drones, he was doing a bit of vlog, he was doing everything. And although he was growing, he wasn't growing as fast as he could have. So once he doubled down into what he actually knows truly about and can be original and unique about, which is law, and spin the things that are going around us from his position as a lawyer, he started to grow like crazy. He's on fire, and that's exactly why. You will still grow if you're a variety channel, but you will grow slower.
He was in the 40s, I just remember.
40s?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's over 100, I think, now.
Just past 102,000.
That's right. So if you want to grow fast, the more niched you can be, the better. Like I was talking about the breeds of puppies yesterday. You can either make a channel about dogs and grow fine, or you can make channels about each breed and probably grow faster because it's going to be niched and YouTube is going to be knowing better who to serve on a plate or platter your videos to.
Wow, I love that Colorado Fisher. Honestly, without you guys, I wouldn't have met a good amount of unique channels that have some of the most amazing talent I never knew about. I appreciate that. I like hearing stuff like that.
Stacy Morgan, hello.
Stacy Morgan, how are you doing, fellow
and
Canuck?
Good morning to Jorn.
Jorn, good morning. I guess Jorn's having his breakfast. Hope all is well. We were just talking tonight, guys, just as a quick recap about everything on live streams, what's going on, where we think it's going and stuff like that. We've stood the course on what we do, completely unapologetic for it. I believe heavily in what we do. If we go down, it's because we chose to shut it down, not because of anybody else. And we got a damn good pile of people of amazing channels that do follow us, that do like what we're doing. And the ones that got bitter about it usually is the same as probably the ones that got bitter with you. Because if somebody's bitter at you and you do get the more and more bitter at you, chances are you're doing something right. They're doing something wrong, and that's what's burning the fire under their ass. And you know what? As much as I feed off the positive stuff that all happens from all the people, and that's 98% of my fuel, 2% get some good fuel off the ones that don't like what we do, because I know why they don't. And the ones that genuinely don't like what we do because we don't fit into their groove, I'm happy that they don't like us, and I'm happy that they're finding something that does cater to them because they deserve to be happy. They're not bad people. We're just not for everybody, and nobody is. But there will always be some, like back to Lulu's question about what was her term she used again for people? The question Lulu had. I'm trying to think. Not.
Sorry.
Bummed out. Butthurt.
Butthurt. Yes, there you go.
Butthurt usually means they're jealous because you are doing something good, and there's something sometimes satisfying and all that. So you don't need to worry about it too much. Just that's your way of getting through the hard times on here. When somebody does give you trouble, remember they're doing it because they wish they had what you had. And don't let it eat you. Let that fuel you to get through that segment, and concentrate on the ones that love what you do in the good times. And things are like business, up and down. But using those 2 points right there, they usually keep you pretty happy on this platform. My supporters seem to like those streams. It gives them a place to come relax and chill without drama. Francis Urban Spirits and Vlogs, how are you doing tonight? Well, I mean, that's the thing. Things only happen on channels if you let them happen on channels. I mean, there's some things that they can do on other channels about you that you can't stop. But as far as how your channel goes, we're all squarely responsible for what happens into it, how we handle scenarios, what kind of a mood or a tone. Yeah, Jim Morrison from The Doors, who I have tattooed on my arm here. You can see it. It's too hard to show. There we go. I got the camera blocked anyways. Why do I love Jim Morrison so much? I don't love him as much as I used to. That was kind of my icon back in a wilder part of my life. But that said, Jim Morrison, as much as he was a musician, was an amazing creature into self-study. And he could bring thousands of adoring fans in only to make them hate him and love him 5 times over before they walked out the door. And he was well aware the power of and responsibility that comes with people being in your room when you're the focal point. And that's what's important, is to make sure that you set the tone that you want for your streams and also for your videos too. I mean, your videos also can conjure up a lot of hard emotions, which will lead into your discussions and underneath them and stuff like that. You know,
I would say that there are different types of content on YouTube too, and you got to think of where you want to take it. Like, there are some things that belong at the kitchen table, some things that should better stay in the bedroom, and some things can be shouted from the stage, you know.
Yep.
And that's about it. If you have a kitchen table conversation, if you want to bring it to the stage, maybe you should present it that way, so somebody actually wants to watch it in a stadium. You know what I'm talking about? So things can stay the way they are wherever they are. It's a question of where people want to take them, or where they say they want them to be. You know what I'm saying? If you're okay with the things they are, and it's fine. But if you want to grow somewhere else, and you're still where you are and complaining about nothing happening, well, maybe you're going to rethink about the content. And I'm not talking about anybody in particular, just in general, how YouTube are.
we can yell, we can rant, we can blame everybody under the sun. But in the end, the audience is going to do what the audience is going to do. And they're either going to tune in or they're going to tune out. You can bash a channel to the end of time saying they have no content or this or that. You can tell people straight off, don't go there. You can try and mess with the channel and try and make them look bad. But in the end, the audience is going to decide where they want to go. And it's as simple as that. And a lot of times when you get very negative about somebody, the ones you're talking to tend to see the ones you're talking about in a more positive light. You've actually turned them more into the victim. And the adverse effect happens. So that's why it's better to just focus on what you do and your audience and keep them as happy, that meaning them, the audience, and you yourself, to make better content that people will enjoy. And that's something that that's something I blame the schools. How are you, Jim? Hope all is well. But I'm very serious though, guys, about that. I really am. There's only so much, and I watch channels in here like, oh, nobody cares and nobody this and that. Then listen to what your audience is telling you. They're like a barometer. And you have to start adjusting your content accordingly. They know what they want to see. They know what they want to watch. And if I've had that, well, if this channel, they're saying stuff about me and they might take away my viewers. Well, if they're that fickle, they were going away anyways. If it wasn't that, it's the next thing going to come up. So you're fighting, trying to keep a wave from going back into the sea. It's not going to happen.
You know, it's the same as with a husband. Do you want to run behind them and beg them to stay so they are with you because of the pity? Or do you want them because they love you? I just had to make you laugh. I just had to. It's true, though. You don't want to beg for subscribers that are there because of pity. You want them there because they love what you're doing.
Oh, Jim, never worry about that. Never worry about that. I mean, you're always welcome. I'm horrible right now lately with everything. I'm never... Laj is in the house. Oh my
Hey.
God, Laj. No, it's nice to see you. You guys are so cute. But that's the thing, guys. I've had people like, oh, what are they doing? Oh, they're botting their channel. Oh, they're this or that. Did anybody ever think that just some people might want to watch us?
I guess not.
Oh my God almighty.
Angela, tomorrow I will have no anyone here. Oh, wow. Well, what an anniversary. Really? Crazy, eh?
That's.
Stacy Morgan, thank you so much for super chat.
Thank you for the super chat. That was nice to say, though, Stacy. I appreciate that. I know we don't get to see each other as much and all the things that go on, but it's always great to have you. And you didn't have to do the super chat. I thought that was nice, to write that.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. And I hope you're doing well, my friend. I hope all is well.
Broken Wolf, hello. And Susie by the Sea, hello as well. You're here for, I'm so, thank you, I wanted to say. I'm so.
We love you too, Reno.
Oh, thank you guys.
Guys, you all have such an amazing, when you're not, these are for everyone. You guys can thank me later. Jim Wallace. Great to have you in here by tonight, guys. And I'm sorry I haven't been calling out all the names and all this stuff. I hope you guys understand. Just a lot to talk about and a lot. I don't want to discourage anybody from being YouTube. I just want some people to just start pulling their weight on here and do something really interesting. Take advantage of all the life skills, the knowledge you have in some niche that we don't have, and really starting to show it off. And not just letting your channel kind of fall lazily to the side or just obsessed with 1K, 4K and nothing else. I do believe in network streams. I do believe they help. Just make sure you have good content going in them so then people want to stay. Not everybody's going to. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. And knowledge is power. Thank you, Big Bone. It is, guys. It really is. I just see this kind of trend that's been happening for months, and this is not the first time I've talked about it. It is sad because I see some people come in here with really good intentions, and now their channel's all just kind of like wobbly jello. There's no rhyme or reason for it. You matter. You have a point. You matter. You have to let people, show them that you matter so they'll see that you matter. Showing being smart. Really not Joe Rolling. Someone told me I need to do a show on being smart. Me. Well, you're very smart. You're very crafty. Jefferson Einstein, by the way, sorry, I'm just getting to saying hi to you now. I've seen the chat a while ago as well. I mean, guys, we get fly. You know that. You haven't lived under a rock. Pucha study is just the wheel. Even the wheel, I'm fucking proud of that thing. Man, we took a generic wheel and made it almost like Frigidaire. It's become synonymous with it. I love that. That's an accomplishment. The ones that complain about it, did they ever get to do anything like that on here? No, they didn't. Have they ever been able to bring? We have gone in a 3-hour session way over 2 hours without ever spinning a wheel. And people even noticed, but recently we barely ever bring out Social Blade. Nobody's noticing it. They're still coming in to do it. I'm proud of that. You know, I have no regrets for what we do on here. Same as I look at the wheel just as important as our interviews, as our Tech Talk Tuesday. All of them are all information through it. They're usually just butthurt, as the term Lulu used a while ago, because of it. And I'm more than happy with that. Let them fester into it. We took chances they didn't want to take. They'd rather sit around groping and griping and trying to copy other channels, not being themselves. Hey, to each their own. We didn't, and they can't take that away from us. TR9RX, awesome to see you, my friend. Fantastic voice, guys. What a singer. Really great channel. So many great channels in here, guys. And it's nights like tonight that really get all the great channels in. So I do hope it gets out to some of the channels that need to hear that, you know. There's a channel, Dangerous Criminals, who, like we said, if there was an award for most improved since we started, Dangerous Criminals, who really, really, really worked hard on our channel and always trying to get it better and better and better, and really ran with a lot of stuff. I mean, I give total props to Dangerous Criminals for what she has done. She's worked very hard to get her channel completely turned around, completely redone. fantastic effort, really great effort on her part. Dole Whip Dad, fantastic guy. I said it the other night, he has been our gateway into the Disney community. Most people from the Disney community we would have never met if it wasn't for Dole Whip Dad. And a great speaker, very fun live streams.
Yes.
I always love it because it's a great live stream and you feel like you're sitting there across the desk from and not sitting in the chat. And he's really, really good at it. I don't know, it's just something like the warmness, funny, always interesting. There's tons of great channels in here, guys. Really great channels. I hope you guys all appreciate each other. Supporting each other for being great channels is where it begins, guys. You know, put the ones that are really working hard into it and you like what they do. Keep pushing them. Keep working them out. Well, Dole Whip Dad, the same with you. I go in there, you always shout us out and say really nice things about us. I appreciate it very, very much. You've been a huge help to us in getting to know that section. And coming from you, it is a real compliment, so thank you so much. Creator Spotlight Show, love Disney and Dole Whip Dad. Definitely, they go hand in hand, do they not? I believe that.
Alex Express, thank you for listening. Drive safely.
Please do. And be safe out on the road, my friend. It's great to have all you guys in here tonight. These are the kind of conversations I get fired up with, but honestly, I really feel good to see so many people supporting and stuff like that. You know, that you guys get where I'm coming from. I'm not tearing any channels down. I'm just saying some of us got to just pull up and really give something worth watching in here. We can blame the world for its problems, or we can start to honestly just take a look at ourselves. And it's easy to lose it. That's why I hate the 1K, 4K so much. It drives so many channels away from what they initially wanted to do on here. You can chase it. There's nothing wrong. Don't let anybody shame you about wanting to grow or monetize. Just remember, if you have a really good channel, people are more likely to stay. But remember, not everybody will. And there will be in here and in any other one, there will be some that come in, they don't want to say it. They say they don't want to, but they just want to kind of sub for sub. And if you ask them 5 minutes later what channel they subscribe to, they have no idea. They don't know. I delete them as fast as I can find them in here. I can't get rid of them all. But there is a lot of good channels, and by all you great channels being here, more great channels tend to want to stay. And you do know we've banned a ton of channels that we could have just left go if we just wanted our channel to grow with nothing else besides that. Jeanette Pickering, always a pleasure to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Great to see you. And, make a show that counts, guys. Tonight's kind of a little more chill, more relaxed, but we still have a point where we were going with it. And it's still part of the format. Mostly everything we do on here is about that whole thing. Thank you so much, Forgotten Winter. I do appreciate it. And with that said, guys, I think it's just about time to bring it down for tonight. I really appreciate all you guys. I hope you know that. We both do. You're a fantastic group of people. And keep being amazing. And don't let anybody bring you down. And anytime somebody tries to bring you down, hit them where it hurts, guys, by doing even better on here. Because nothing pays them back harder than that. Before the 1K, 4K, you need 100,000 video views. That was more fair. Oh yes, before really it needs to be a lot more than of everything now at this point because of what they caused. If they had raised it higher in the beginning, we wouldn't be dealing with a lot of the problems we have right now. And I do believe it's going to go a lot higher. They're going to make a change, and it's going to be not 4,000. I believe it's going to be a lot more. But even the 4,000, guys, that's just speculation. That's never been announced anywhere. So, anything else, hon, you want to leave them with?
No, I think you spoke for both of us today. Guys, if you have any questions or you want to comment on anything what Andrew was talking about today, please leave a comment. I'm sure there is still a lot to discuss, and this is not the last time, but it was nice for a change to hear your input into this as well. And I think it was less of a rant and more of a discussion of the things that have been on all of our minds.
Jim, you never bring yourself down. That's what drives me crazy. Jim Video Call-In Show is a fantastic show, guys, honestly. Definitely not in any of the categories I would have been discussing tonight, except the good one. Need more shows doing quality work like that. So he says I'm the champ of bringing me down. You better not be. I'll be watching for you. On that note, guys, much love to you all. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, if you haven't hit the like button on the way out, if you can, that would be awesome. If you're new here and you haven't hit subscribed, I hope you do so you can see more of the stuff that we do. You guys are a fantastic group of people. Keep being fantastic. Let that drive you on here. Don't let anybody change you on that, guys. Don't waver on your core values. You can see it through the long end. I know you can accomplish things on here. Where it goes, nobody knows. But hey, be ready for the trip. Have a fantastic channel together in case opportunity knocks. Be awesome. Much love to you all, and cheers to keep creating, guys. Bye-bye.